Whoops. And we are here. Oh my god, you're so big on my screen. Hold on. There we go. Hello! It is, what is it? Wednesday! Oh god. Wait, can they, I think I checked it. Speak?
Yo.
Okay, volume is fine. Should be fine. If Noah's a little too quiet, too loud, or anything, just let me know. If anything audio-wise sucks, just tell me and I'll change it. We are here! And, I am not sure how to pronounce that name. But thank you for following, I appreciate it. I heard our music? Yeah, there was heard our music for a second ago. It is time for another tier list! This time not by myself, we have a lovely, lovely guest who can introduce himself.
Yo, I'm Nova. I talk about Honkai Star Rail lore. I hate the IPC and heard as best girl.
You know what? Based. As you should, and based. I have been so excited for the stream, genuinely. Like, I have been holding back from talking too much about, like, 3.7 and just AMPHOREUS as a whole since, like, last week, because I've been wanting to make this stream, to do this stream. So I only gave, like, my vague impressions of 3.7, and then I forced myself to shut up. Because I feel like we're gonna get into a lot of it today. Yay! A couple people from the server are popping in. Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today we have Today is gonna be one big yap session. Straight up, it's probably gonna be one big yap session. We are going to rank every single AMPHOREUS main story quest, just the main quests, no side quest. Well, the main story quest, and I'm gonna count the epilogue quest of 3.7. I'm gonna count that as well, because it kind of counts, and I'm pretty sure you've done it all, right? Are you talking?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
There we go. You've done the like epilogue quest, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna count that as well because it's part of it. I've heard people say that like they wish that would have been that they would have wished that to be part of the main story of like the main quest. I kind of think that like
I wish that was voiced.
I wish it would have been voiced. I think having it as a world quest is fine because if they attacked it on at the end, people would have complained either way. But having it voiced would have been nice. Would have been very nice. They should have the Exotale dialogues voiced as well, just because. And Boxasan, Bosco, thank you for following. I appreciate it. But yeah, so Noah doesn't have too much time, so we're gonna get straight into it. and see how far we get. Hopefully we'll get through it all. We have a tier list. There are 5 tiers. Honestly, I'm not even sure if we're gonna be using all of them. Actually, no. Okay, the plan first. The plan for today is we're gonna be talking about all things AMPHOREUS. At the start, we're gonna both give our general impressions and opinions on just AMPHOREUS as a whole, the patch, or the version as a whole. Things we liked, we didn't like, things that stuck out, and, you know, just overall things without getting too much into the nitty-gritty. Because then, we will be going through every main quest, starting from... I thought I organized this. Well, wait, did it not say... Okay, hold on, I need to... In a minute. Starting from 3.0, we are going to go through every single main quest, talking about it one by one, and, ranking it. And, we're gonna see how long that takes. And at the end of it, if there's still time, we might go into, like, you know, like some more, whatever else comes up, you know, if there's anything. Honestly, listen, I'm kind of worried that I might not even, like, I'm kind of worried that I might not even be able to, like, say or, like, talk about everything that I have in mind and want to talk about today, because I feel like either we're not gonna have the time, or I'm just gonna be so caught up in everything that it's just gonna get lost in my mind.
I think we should get started then.
Yeah, for sure. And Bosco, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, thank you. But yeah, we have 5 tiers, which are subject to change, possibly. Starting from the top, we have the tippy top, peak high cinema. The best of the best of the best, top of the top, 10, maybe not 10 out of 10, but like the best that we've had. Just all around good, great, wonderful. Right below, we have quests that were great, that were very good, with a few little things here and there, a few nitpicks maybe. Not as great, but they were like maybe like a 8 or 9 out of 10. You know, quests that were just great, but not perfect, or not the best they could be. Then we have overall good, but with some rough patches every now and then. There's a couple of quests that I can think of that I overall enjoyed, but there were a few like scenes or sequences where I was like, all right, we're lingering here a little bit too long, or this feels a little off. Next up, we have the it's all right, could have been better. Not bad, not great. It's okay. It's okay. No strong feelings, but not a dislike. And the bottom tier, which I honestly don't think I'm gonna be like considering at all, is just the meh, like not really good, not bad, but not good. Like the 5 out of 10 or less. I honestly don't think there's gonna be any quest in there for that. But we'll see. And I didn't go any lower because there are no bad AMPHOREUS quests.
I don't really think so either, to be honest.
Yeah, and I have to do this real quick because I set this up, but apparently the website reset some of this stuff, and I have to add the pictures for 3.6 and 3.7 again. So one moment here. Chat, have fun in the void. We will be right back.
We're just looking at IX. No big deal.
Yeah, it's fine. We vibing. Did I not? Okay, that's in. And then 3.7. Where's the art for 3.7? There we go. Now they're both here. Why did it get so small? Hold on. Why did it get so? What the fuck happened? What the fuck happened here? Hello? Helos Maker? Why did it suddenly shrink? Why did it shrink like this? What did you do? What is happening here? Huh? Hold on. Okay, this is something's weird here. Something's weird here. Is it maybe like, do I have it saved? No, what are we doing here, Cheerless Maker? Okay, hold on. I did not anticipate this. I did not anticipate the scuff. This kind of sucks. Hold on. One more. Okay, that's good. And then we do this again. Okay, now we're good. That was weird, but we're here now. There we go. Mail, come in, and Lenny helped with doing well today. Okay. Anyway, let me put the 3.x quest back up. And without further ado, we can get started. And I'll have you have the first word. General impressions of AMPHOREUS. General opinions. How are we feeling? For now.
Okay, this story, I say this a lot. It was definitely a yap fest. I understand if people aren't necessarily into that, but that is precisely why I do what I do. Like a lot of what I do surrounds pretty much summing up what happened, because I think this story is great. Yeah. It is a great story. But there are a ton of details.
Oh yeah.
And that I feel like that really brings us into 3.0, because that's what 3.0 was.
Yeah,
it was
for
a
sure.
Great beginning, and a lot of people hated it, but we needed to have it because of what followed.
Yeah. So like I think what's also going to be interesting throughout this is that not like we're probably going to have a couple points here where we might like disagree on stuff, because number one, you and I experienced the story in a slightly different manner, with you playing it by yourself and I streamed the whole thing. And also, I think you and I probably have at least partially different priorities when it comes to the content and like what you know, what things stick out to each of us. Like you're a lore guy mostly. I would say a lore story guy. I mean, me as well, but I am like first and foremost very much a character person. So when I look at these quests, I think of course, like the story itself, the plot, what's happening. But for me, what will always like give bonus points is how, like if the like how the characters were handled, and if there's like any like specific scenes or anything that gave me like more insight on a character or character relationships and stuff. And that's like always like what I focus on. So I think that'll also be interesting to see where our focus lies in these quests. And Dylan, thank you for following. I appreciate it. And on that note, starting with 3.0. So, do you want to go first or do I go first?
You can go first. You can go first.
All right. What's it? Wait. Likely ban it, restrict. Okay, I don't know why. I'm gonna let that go, I guess. Hold on. How do I do this? How do I do this? Time not how do I okay, I don't know how to do this. It says there's someone in my chat that is likely a ban evader, but I don't think I don't know, I don't see it. Whatever. Can I publish? Okay, whatever. Scuff is scuffing. Apologies. I think 3.0. By the way, I also have, listen, at first I considered, depending on how much time we would have had, giving like at the start of every quest or every like step, giving like a mini recap of what happened in the quests. I quickly realized that was not gonna work, because otherwise, like, half an hour to an hour would just be recaps, because I forget how much happens in these quests. So
3.0 was 8 hours long.
Yeah, like I have my notes here, and I have like a walkthrough beside me, just like check in every now and then if I like forget something. But other than that, chat, you're on your own. 3.0 overall, I thought was very good. I do think. And by the way, also like a little heads up that Nova and I both played the early 3.x quests before they decided to like listen to like, you know, player feedback and like tighten things up a bit with like making some dialogues optional, and I think like shortening some of the puzzle sections or the exploring sections or whatever. I think they did that. I don't know how or what they might have removed or made optional. But Nova and I went through the whole thing as it came out.
Skip button has done irreparable damage to this community.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think I would put 3.0 in overall good, but had some rough patches. Namely, the ones that I can think of are overall. I think the introductions to the characters were very good. And the like different dynamics. And even like the little scenes, the more like downtime scenes that we've had at the start, where we were exploring Akama and we were talking to Cassie and Final and stuff. Those scenes I actually quite enjoyed. I think that they definitely went a little too hard on some of the exposition. Namely, the thing that I can think of is the bath sprite. Like the bath sprite as we were on our way to meet Aglaya, or with Aglaya, that like retells like the whole, you know, like the setting and everything, where you can choose to have it explained to you in Razor language or not. I didn't do that. I listened to the whole thing like just regularly. I thought that, and then Aglaya after that, kind of like adding on to it, but I feel like she also said a few things that like kind of were a little more like, I think they yapped a bit too much in that section. I think they could have shortened the explanation of like what is going on, where are we, what are Titans, what is everything, and like guided us into it a bit more slowly. And the later section of where we meet Nias and we go through like cast memories of the past with him and everything. That whole section I feel like also dragged on a little bit. They could have also shortened that, like the whole like restoring everything and stuff. As much as I like Nias, I think the and listen, this is gonna make it obvious where I stand with this. I'm not a big gameplay person. I don't really care for gameplay. I'm here for the story. People say that like, oh, just fucking read a book then or whatever, and I would. If there was a book that had the exact same plot and characters and structure as HSR, I would read it, but unfortunately that's not the case. The whole Cast and Kremnos section I thought also actually... No, Cast and Kremnos was fine. And I'm very biased because we were with Final and Mighty. I'm very biased in that front, but... I think overall good, but like a couple patches where I was like, well, we could move on from this.
I get that.
Yeah, oh, yep, sorry.
Oh, no, you're not done? Go ahead, good.
Yeah, I'm just reading this. Someone says, part of the puzzles could have been cut down, but it was cut down in the few next patches. Yeah, true. They did, like shorten the exploration and puzzle sections in the next patches. True. Yeah.
Okay. So, my turn?
Yep.
All right. So, I can agree with a lot of your points there. I wanted to lean towards very good, a few minor complaints, but I really do get your point. It does drag at this section with the bat sprites because they're never mentioned again from what I remember.
The bat sprites are kind of just there. Like, that bat sprite was there to tell us the history.
But I feel like then Aglaya tells us the history, though.
Yeah,
so,
I feel like, yeah. They could have, like, combined that.
Yeah, that whole section just straight up didn't need to happen.
Like, it was... Yeah. Like, it was funny. Like, for a bit, like, the like, being able to choose whether you just, you want, like, the classic normal storytelling, or you want the bat sprite to go, there was a big boom and bad things happened. That was funny, but, like, still.
I feel like they could have... I feel like they could have, like, introduced the Black Tide there instead.
Yeah,
and,
that's fair.
Told us more about that before we kind of had to, like, slowly figure out what exactly the Black Tide was by the end.
That's fair,
Other than that, though, I feel like when we met the guy that found March in the camera...
Damiano's my boy!
And the Rosie Celestial Maiden, I hated that guy, but now I think he was cooking.
I love him.
Yeah. He's a little stupid. He still wanted to fly in a vase, but it's okay.
Yeah, he's got a couple screws loose, but he was fun. I thought he was fun.
That was some great foreshadowing.
For sure.
It also allowed us to understand how Aglaya's golden threads work, because they basically work like internet and social media. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, true. I'm looking at my notes here to see if I forgot anything. Oh yeah,
meeting Castros, meeting Treeby, meeting
everyone. That was good.
That was good.
I do think also another thing that I think could have been cut a bit shorter, although it wasn't that long to begin with, but it kind of, again, maybe it felt like it because I was streaming it, and so I let the whole thing like play on, like I let all the voice lines play out and everything. I do think the starting section of like where we were in Yanisopolis could have been cut short a little bit. I don't know, something about the pacing there felt a little off. Maybe that was also like the idea of like the exposition and like having to like try and keep up with everything without lingering for too long and everything. Maybe that was like me being a little overwhelmed at first. So I'm willing to put it up to that as well. But I don't know, something about that felt a little off, that very first section, but...
I mean, it wasn't... That's just the first hour, to be honest. That's not actually all that long.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. Where did the YouTube thing go?
Also, it's like we got introduced to like Treeby and Miracles and like all that. I feel like that... I don't feel like that dragged. I feel like that needed to happen. Like, for me, I'm looking back on it as like... Were these things that they spent all this time fleshing out, was there a payoff to it?
Yeah. And there was.
Yeah, there was for sure payoff to that, and it allowed people like me to figure out like how the world works and like how intertwined this world was with memories from the very beginning, and that's huge.
True. I also think that, and now I'm gonna get into like more of the more my personal thing, because as I mentioned, I'm a very character-driven person. You're fucking gonna. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum. But for a second, I do need to talk about the whole Cast and Criminal section where we were with Final and Mighty. And
that dragged for me.
See, understandable. For me, it didn't, because I mean, I was very interested in their characters to begin with. It was their characters, casters a little bit, that like stuck out to me at first. And I really, really did love how that whole or just 3.1, 3.0 in general gave us a solid impression of the relationship between some of the heirs. Like, we had Casters and Aglaya, who Castra's whole character in general is interesting because at first I didn't think I was gonna like her much because she seemed like this very, you know, like typical quiet, aloof, reserved girl who, you know, didn't like express much and stuff. But like already in 3.0 we got to see like small snippets of her just being, you know, having a bit more whimsy to her, being a little silly, a bit more chipper than initially expected. Yeah. And I really liked that. And her relationship with Aglaya being sort of like, I don't know how I would describe it. But you could tell that you could tell like right off the bat that she respected Aglaya like a great lot, and Aglaya kind of being like the person to like encourage her to step out of her shell every now and then, even though there is still like this sort of authority there. Final and Mighty, the shipping part and stuff aside, whatever. I do think it did a great job at establishing their connection and their relationship with, at first, Mighty, like, coming, like, swooping in as this, like big, strong, rough around the edges kind of guy, you know, the brute, and Finon being the big golden retriever boy. But in that same quest, when we go through Castrum Kremnos, you, like, very quickly see how they complement each other with, like, they're both of them like compete, like they're competitive spirits, them just going at it with each other. I do think it's still very funny that entire ride we were basically third wheeling because they were like, yeah, let's recreate the Kremnos festival, let's have this competition, you and I, you and me, and then when we're about to confront Nikador, it's just you, me, and the Titan, and the Trailblazer was there like, and me, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here too, by the way. And
I feel like that was good though. Like,
for sure.
I feel like that needed to happen to properly flesh out their dynamic.
For sure. And like one of my favorite parts of that scene, or in that quest even, was where at first you definitely get the impression that Mighty is the more reckless one. Because when you first meet him, we have like this thing where Finon tells him that, you know, they should be protecting the citizens and they should be making sure that everyone is safe. And Mighty's the one that's like, well, offense is the best defense, just
I'm gonna throw this Titankin through a wall.
Yeah, just like kill them all and we're good.
Appearance.
Kill them all and we're good. And then later on, it flips where we discover like Nikoro's like the plan to attack Akamon, everything with the Titankin and whatnot. And it's Mighty who at first is like, we need to go back, we need to protect everyone, we need to make sure everyone's safe, we need to be on the defense. And Finon like is like, no, we should keep going. Like, if we take out Nikador, it's all over. I do like how that showed, like, how they really complement each other. Like, when one's on the offense, the other's on the defense, and, like, they both know... They just know each other well enough to be like, to recognize when they should push when they should push and when they should draw back. And I really love that.
Yeah, like, this is the first time we see that little mean streak that Finon has, and I think that's a really fascinating part of his character.
Finon is like dude.
A switch flips in this guy, and we can see it from the very beginning. It's like, he's all nice and gentle, nice guy, everything, right? But
I love that.
Sometimes a switch flips, and he says stuff that's like, whoa, because he threatened to kill Orynyx. Like, it's like he's... Yeah,
dude, like, and that's what I'm saying, like, ship them or not, I think that doesn't really matter. Like, whether you see them as romantic or some, like, undefined third thing or whatever. But whenever I see people talk about them, like, being, like, just bros or just friends, I think that even, like, if I weren't talking from a shipping perspective, that would just do, like, such a disservice to their relationship. Because the way that these two act around each other, they do around no one else. Like, with... Mighty, we see that, like, very childish and competitive side of Finon that we don't really get to see anywhere else. Like, around Mighty, he is like it's the rage baiter and the rage baited and the enabler. And that is so fun.
I feel like it's the I feel like that's the reason why he's like that is because he knows how strong Mighty is, and it's that mutual trust, so he doesn't have to be the protector in that situation.
Exactly, yeah. Like they're equals.
Like, okay, we've got each other's backs. I can chill out now.
Yeah, and like around Mighty, he doesn't have to worry about like being the hero and being the deliverer. Exactly. Like around Mighty, he's just fine on. And around fine on, Mighty can also who's normally so disciplined and restrained, except like outside of battle at least. Also has like an outlet to, you know, let himself go a bit more and also be very childish in a way that he usually wouldn't be. Anyway, all that to say, I'm gonna bring this up a lot more because I'm insane over them, but that's fine. 3.0, overall good, I would say. Had some rough patches, but overall, a good start.
And we had Herda, and we had Herda at the end.
Can't forget Herda. True. We had Herda. I do
just straight aura farming the entire time. Love to see it.
Something about that section, the pacing felt a little off to me, but overall, I think it was good. I think all that section could have been a little shorter. But I do like that we got to see her at the end, and I did already have a feeling back then that like there was gonna be something to this, so I tried my best to even though it was like I started that part at like the 4 or 5 hour mark or something of the stream, so I was a little more tired then. But I recognized that like that it was a decent way to like introduce like or like to be like, hey, something's happening on the outside as well.
Just straight aura farming on the Memo Snatcher. That was just great.
That was so cool.
That made my day. Like, that was it for me.
That was so cool.
I was like, yes. Because so many people were calling Herda a fraud until then, and I'm like, finally.
See, I wasn't calling Herda a fraud. I just didn't like her until 3.x. Although 3.x definitely did make me like her character a lot more. I think it's also like just because you hadn't seen a lot of her before then. And 3.x definitely showed us like more sides of her, also like a more human side of her than we got with like the bitchy little puppet in the space station or something.
I like the puppet. That's what made me like the character. I was like, wait a second, this character's unique. Like, wait a second, everyone's so nice and polite. Then we have this genius woman over here.
That is very
behind
fair.
A puppet. Who is this? Who is this sassy lost child? Like.
See, that's what I kind of didn't like, but I get it. And also speaking of that last section, one like little thing that I just the entire time it happened, I thought it was so funny. When Veld and Sunday like took her out of it, or like when she met with them, or they interrupted her. I think it's so fucking cute that like this entire like throughout, I feel like almost this entire version. You can clearly see how like Sunday is still like adapting to everything that is happening, and whenever he's like whenever he's going somewhere, he's with Veld, and whenever like someone addresses him, he looks over to Veld like, can I?
What do I do here?
It's so cute. I fucking love that.
He's just the dad of the crew. That's what he is.
True. I love Papa Weld and fucking Lost. Sopping wet cat Sunday. Anyway. Let's see. Anything else about 3.0? I think that's about all that I had for now. Yeah. I think overall good with some rough patches is a fair ranking here. And next on the list is 3.1. Boy,
the Mighty patch.
Like full bias. I loved it. It was Mighty and Treaty.
The aura farming from Mighty really just that whole scene with him taking on the Flame Reaper.
Dude, that was so the music as well.
Sick. That was sick. I feel like because we lost a lot of people with 3.0 and the whole Yap Fest in 8 hours, but 3.1 is what brought people back and was like, okay, hold on, maybe there's something to this.
3.1 was I think 3.1, although I feel like I kind of want to like start with like get into Mighty later because I feel like I have more to say about him. We also had the Treebs, which I think their character was handled fairly well for the most part. I do like, you know, the whole like flashback or the dream of Treeby and her and their mother, where it fucking turned into a mini horror section midway through. I think that was lovely. I do think that some of the Treeby sections, and again, maybe this is just because Treeby's not my favorite character or anything. I like them, but that's about it. But one of the sections were basically before they met the Flame Reaver, where they were like in Yanasopolis and like going through the place. Something about like that section doesn't really stick in my mind a lot. Like I remember not being like too into that section. It felt a little, I don't know, like one of the lower sections of the quest for me personally. I also don't fully remember what they were doing there. Not gonna lie.
In Yanasopolis?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I know that like while they were there, they were like we had more and more signs of Trian kind of losing it in a way, and that was like a thing where I was like, huh, like what are we doing here?
I forgot we met Hyas in this patch.
Yeah, we did. We went to the Grove.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were going to see Oryx. Was that it? Maybe that was it. I don't fully remember.
Oh, we got to talk about this Nestia Calypso section.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I have some gripes with that one.
Same. I think that section was too long.
It didn't make any sense.
I think it was
like,
it would have been fine if they had shortened it. Like I don't mind learning about Calypso and Ceres and a little bit of Nestia. I don't mind that, but it was too long in my opinion.
Like, it just, like, even from a lore standpoint, there are so many gaps. Like, it just runs contradictory to the stories and history that you can read about AMPHOREUS. It just straight doesn't make. Because there's this whole thing about Ceres, because Ceres is Calypso, and I didn't believe that Calypso was Ceres.
I remember that, yeah.
Nestia. That was the theory that I ended up being very wrong about. But
would have been cool.
Because the thing was, it never stated that Ceres liked Nestia back.
Right,
because Nestia
right.
loved Ceres and connected herself to Ceres. But Ceres never really did anything to reciprocate that love. So I just thought that, okay, so it's an unrequited love story. Very romantic and all that, right?
Right. I think
then it's like, oh, all of a sudden Calypso loves Nestia back, and I'm like, wait, what? And then it's like Calypso has like the whole bleeding eyes shut thing. I'm like, oh, Calypso's blind. It must be Nestia. Nestia went blind.
I think they could have done something. They could have done some sections in all of AMPHOREUS. It feels like, whether it's like bigger or smaller things, it feels like they had something in mind, and then they realized they might not have the time for it, and they kind of like try to work around it, if that makes sense. I think that depending on where exactly you can read that thing about like Nestia and Ceres, there is always like the argument that could be made about, depending on who tells those legends and who tells that story, that there might be some, you know, some information not being fully accurate, and some people, you know, exaggerating stuff or whatever, or spicing something up for the drama. But I do think that if they wanted to tell us more about Ceres and Nestia, they could have just done so in a different way, if you know what, like in a better way, in like a more open way of sorts.
Yeah.
Because I kind of was interested. And hey, I love the fucking fanfiction we're getting later on between Ceres and Nestia in, I forgot which patches it was. Like, they could have given us like something along those lines in 3.1 already, and been like, by the way, we're establishing this right now, you can learn about this now, and later on we're gonna have some little fun tidbits, some little callbacks or whatever. Yeah, the whole like traveling through the Grove section, for the most part, it wasn't it wasn't the worst thing, but I didn't care much for it for a lot of it, until we meet the Flame Reaver and we fight and whatnot. That part was great. That part was lovely.
Everything involving the Flame Reaver in this story is great.
Absolutely. Yes. For sure.
And I'm glad that the Flame Reaver came after the Calypso section, because it was really like you're just starting to kind of lose focus, and then it's like, okay, now your life is in danger. Whoa!
I feel like HSR has that problem quite a bit, where it's not that the scenes that they give us are bad or are unnecessary. At least I don't never think so. It's just that sometimes they linger on it for just a tad too long. Where like a 10-minute what could have been a 10-minute section is like 50 minutes, and that's not much longer. But like those 5 minutes, I'm like, all right, we can move on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think overall it was okay. It was not great. It was okay. A bit of a drag, but it was okay, that section. Mighty.
Okay, yeah, we can talk about Mighty first. Because Mighty comes first here.
Yeah, Mighty, my god. I have a heavy bias. I loved every second he was on. I love the character development we got from him. I loved the different sides we got to see of Mighty in that patch, which we kind of I feel like saw like hints or could glean hints from in 3.0 already, but like actually seeing that underneath that whole like, you know, very very composed and you know, strong and confident attire, he's such a sweetheart. He's such a giant sweetheart. He's good with kids. He loves his people. The inner conflict that he has with, you know, with his own wants and what he thinks is best and his duty and everything. I freaking loved that.
I feel like his outfit really it works so well, because it captures his like brash personality, but then it's like it's asymmetrical, right? So he's got like this brash exposed side. Then he's got like the whole robed princey side.
That's fair. I never really thought of that. But yeah, actually, yeah, true. True. I never like considered that. But yeah, I like true.
And that really like expounded and really fleshed out his character, and I feel like it really works.
For sure. It definitely.
There's something else I wanted to mention here. Something really big. They had the whole bathhouse duel with China.
Yes.
Oh, Kratos. Kratos was an interesting character.
Yeah.
And really contributed to Mighty's character development.
Listen, at first I could not stand his ass.
Yeah, me either.
Like I remember I have like some notes written down, and one is Mighty Weeds with Kratos receives 0 out of 10 advice, would not recommend. Like, the clash of perspectives I think was very interesting, because you could kind of see where Kratos was coming from, but like the way he communicated, the way he went about it, and just the mindset itself, definitely like it puts you off a lot.
That's the Kremnoan people, though.
Yeah,
it's
for
like,
sure.
They're like that, but they all have hearts of gold. That's their thing.
Yep, like the intention is there. It's just that, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because Kratos, like, he did know Mighty's parents, and he's older. He's more like traditional in the sense of like following tradition, like Kremnoan traditions and stuff. And he was also fucking like very much like, I mean, not even like torn. He was very much anxious and not disappointed. What do you call it? I guess like maybe quote scared in a way, even though there is no word for fear and whatnot. When like Mighty told him of his decision to, you know, like abandon his duty, leave the duty of like king behind with him. But you can see that like even at the end he kind of like comes around, or there's some like begrudging, like some reluctant respect for that decision, and I like that a lot. I like Kratos' character.
Yeah, because it's because he's older that he can better like represent the culture of Castrum Kremnos.
For sure, yeah.
That really contributes to the world building too.
Yeah. And now that you mention it, like, I can't believe I almost forgot about this. The bath seat, in my opinion, automatically gives a bonus point. Like, that was just, you know.
Understandable.
Yeah. A very plot-relevant, lore-heavy scene, methinks. Very much necessary.
It's fleshing out the bros dynamic.
Exactly. They're very much fleshing out the dynamic. The Bath Sprite contributed with their story that totally does not read like an allegory, but that's another topic. It was great.
Not about the Bath Sprite.
The Bath Sprite was fucking great. The Bath Sprite, honestly, like, funnily enough, aside from the whole, you know, black screen moaning, the Bath Sprite was what got me. Because I went back and, like, I reread that story and the way they told it, and I was like, see, even if I didn't have the context, it reads a little like something. If I
33,550,336 backshots is enough said.
Fucking love that. Like, definitely, you know, like, they knew what they were doing, and hey, it reached the target audience.
Yeah.
It definitely did what it was supposed to.
They know what they're doing.
They absolutely know what they're doing. They
know what they're doing.
They knew in 3.1, and they knew this. They knew in 3.7 as well. That's another thing that I'll get to another time, because my god. But that's another thing. Overall, Mighty's arc, I think, was fucking great. And again, this is definitely just like me biased, because he is one of my favorite characters in AMPHOREUS. But it was amazing in my opinion.
Also, it's like, from a lore standpoint, this is why I started really liking Tribios.
Ooh.
Because the whole dream thing, and this is where it's like we figured out, like, Tribios' sacrifice, splitting into 1,000 pieces.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The whole section at the end.
Time. She had this whole dream where she got the first look at the sign of Demiurge, like the whole infinity sign.
True.
Like, that is insane now looking back on it.
Yeah, I feel like I need to go through that scene maybe again, because at the time, it was another section where I was like, okay, like, I get what we're going for here. It feels a little long, and then when we kind of but on like mini sections where I felt like, okay, we can move on now. But overall, I think that scene was very good, and also the I remember talking with you about this. Whom we now know was March helping Tribios escape back then. And like the entire time,
we think so. We think maybe that is confirmed, but there's a lot of issues with that.
I think something might, like, and I don't know if this might be a translation thing, because sometimes that is the case. I think it's the like the way Evernight phrased some things, because we then also learned later in 3.7 that, like, Marge could actually, to an extent, interact with things.
Yeah.
Just maybe not to, like, a meaningful degree, if that makes sense, or to a, quote, memorable degree. So I think that might have been more it. There might have been something like either lost in translation, or just, like, the phrasing just was off in that way, where Evernight was like, no, like he could interact with no one, which, you know, wasn't true. But I do like that in hindsight, because I like, in hindsight, I do like how they cleared that up. Because I remember back then there was a theory that that might have been Trip. Also, hold on, why is that fucking? Oh, of course I'm getting fucking the Hello World song as in my Spotify list now. Fuck you. Where was I? Treeby, March, Treeby something. Oh yeah, there was a theory at some point early on when we didn't know who it was that helped Tribios, that it might have been Trailblazer, because there were, like, theories about the Trailblazer that it might not have been, like, some memory shenanigans that us thinking,
we were the only ones that we thought could do the miracle thing.
And us thinking we were, like, a new variable of any sort might not have been true, that, like, in some way, shape, or form, our existence was already, like, planned or programmed into the story. Which I never wanted to believe, but it was a nice theory. It was an interesting one.
That's not a bad thought at all.
Yeah. Let's see, is there anything else?
Duel with the Flame Reaver, Aura farming.
I mean, again, one of my personal favorites is also the Signet Ring and the library, obviously. So bonus points in my book.
Library with very few words in the dictionary.
Indeed. I do like the way they introduced an Axis character in this story. I do like that.
Just being a jerk to everyone.
Being a jerk, but you can all like both. On the one hand, yes, but on the other, like right when we get back from the Grove, you also see like how he is at his core still a very kind person when we like deliver the news of, you know, the deceased loved ones, or the deceased to their loved ones with an AXA. Yeah. And the way he acts there and like takes responsibility and everything, I very much do like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I think I realized something. It's already been almost an hour. I don't think we're gonna make this today. I don't think we're gonna get done with this today.
We might have to do a part 2 or part 3.
We might have to do a part 2. We're gonna see if we can get like through like there's 8 quests, so if we can finish at least 3.3 and then maybe get it to... Are you free on Friday? I think you said you were free on Friday. Unless you want to do it like another time, like another week or something.
Yeah, we can do another time. We can yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. So, I guess heads up, we're probably gonna go until 3.3, and then depending on how much time we have, we're just gonna yap a bit more. Because we're not gonna make all of this. I had a feeling. But
yeah, because these patches are so long.
They're so long. Yeah, they're so long. There's so much to talk about. But like, hey, I'd rather do like this than try to rush through it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else about 3.1? I think. Oh yeah. Okay. Actually, yeah. Hold on. I gotta take a sip of water first. One thing, and I might as well mention this now because I'm probably going to mention it again later on. I am still so pissed that they did absolutely nothing with the whole Mighty stuff. Not a single damn thing.
Oh. The Mighty being the glitch of AMPHOREUS.
Not even like the glitch, just like anything. Just anything. Because what the fuck was Oryx doing at the end there? What were they doing there? Why were they sending Mighty back and forth from like, because like when Mighty was like on his like home walk, and Oryx for some reason that is never explained keeps like sending him back to the past and back to the present. And you know, like the whole like Mighty dreaming about past life cycles. They never did anything with that. And like
I never fully understood that. I never really looked too far into that.
And like, listen, this is my conspiracy. This is my AMPHOREUS conspiracy, is that they had something planned and then decided to abandon it. Because there's so much with this man where that like makes you go like, why? Like, even if it's not like so many like single instances that pile up, where you're like, okay, so what is the point of this? Like, why is this a thing? Why are we doing this? What is the deal with this? And it's never explained. It's never fully explained. And it pissed me off so much. And that is my conspiracy, that they had a plan and they abandoned it. Anyway.
Yeah, because you showed me like a lot of stuff about Mighty, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is kind of strange. It's like when you put everything together, it's like, oh boy.
Yeah, I genuinely feel like they had something in mind, but... And this is what I love AMPHOREUS. It is by far their most ambitious story so far. I think it was too ambitious. Genuinely. I think they might have had like, and I think that there was like an interview that I remember seeing where they mentioned that like they had more planned with AMPHOREUS, but like they couldn't implement everything that they wanted to, and they had to, you know, like settle on like some main points. And I am steadfast that Mighty's whole shenanigans was one thing that they decided to just not do anything with. They left things like the details in but didn't expand on it anymore.
Maybe.
That is my tinfoil hat theory. I think that's it actually. Okay, that was the last thing that I had. Overall, I think I prefer it to 3.1. 3.0. Sorry, 3.0. I prefer 3.1 to
Very
3.0.
good, few minor complaints. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Like Mighty, I pretty much loved everything. 3B, I loved most of it. Ah, my foot fell asleep. Ah. Next up, oh, this one's interesting. 3.2.
3.2 was one of the most confusing patches that I've ever released.
3.2 is for sure one of the patches that I think 3.2 is one of the most in terms of like enjoyment, controversial patches. Personally, I had a good time, but also for some reason, which usually is not really my thing, but for 3.2, it's very much, it's a lot of politics and it's a lot of philosophy. And people were definitely complaining about, like, you know, this being one of the yappier quests, which is fair.
Yeah, for sure.
But it also makes sense, because when you consider that politics is about yapping very much and saying very little, and philosophy is pretty much all about saying one thing in 15 different sentences and saying 15 sentences that sound almost the exact same but meaning 20 different things. So I was like, I'm expecting this. And it definitely took me a while to like understand everything that was going on. But I think it was fine. I also love Anaxa, so that's my bias.
I feel like through this patch, we learned a lot about Lygus. And that's good.
Honestly, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the patch we met Lygus.
Yeah.
True.
Again, being the hindsight person that I am, it's like seeing that is like, okay, a lot of what happened here made a lot of sense now looking back on it. Freaking Lygus. Doing Lygus things. Kindness.
I totally forgot.
Oh my god.
Fucking kindness. Yeah, no, dude. Oh yeah, and also
this patch made us all love Aglaya.
It made me respect her more. 3.3 made me love her. 3.3 made me love her, but more on that in a bit. It
made us trust Aglaya more at the very least.
Yeah, definitely. Like I didn't really care too much about Aglaya until 3.3, but I was like, I know what she's doing. I know why she's doing it. Like I could respect her decisions. Oh yeah, we also
we got the Finon moment where he like gave his speech.
Yeah, dude, these vermin. I fucking loved. I fucking love Finon just going off.
Yeah, that meme streak came back again for a little bit.
It was wonderful. It was lovely. On that note, that whole assembly was also very fun because on the one hand we had Finon just fucking going ham, and then we had Anaxa. Dude, Anaxa's entire section was so fucking. It was so good, but also so funny of him. Yeah. Like of course it would all be like up to him to decide whether or not we continue the flame chase journey, and then him going like, my support goes to the flame chase journey. Actually, go fuck yourselves. I object.
I was never on your side the entire time. I've been playing you all this whole time.
I
was
love
with this
that
person that I can't stand this whole time.
And even then he's like, I'm not even with her. I just hate you guys more than her.
Yeah, basically.
And if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
And then he immediately he starts slipping between life and death.
I love it. Fucking love it. The Anaxa parts I think were great. I do think I do wish they could have given. I get kind of why they didn't, but I would have loved for them to show us a bit more of Anaxa in terms of like flashbacks and like his past and stuff. At least here and there. Although I think the way they handled his character was pretty good still.
Mm-hmm. This is when we figure out that the Trailblazer was dead. Forgot about that. Yeah, definitely. Like for me, like Anaxa was the highlight, and I kind of like I went through the quest again, and I remember that like right at the start, Oryx tells us, by the way, you fucking died. How are you here?
And I guess that leads into the
Also,
caster
wait,
sections as well later on.
I think this was the first patch that Mem actually starts full on speaking.
Oh yeah.
We forgot to mention that in like
we didn't talk about Mem at all.
there was this time for Mem where like she would
Mem.
and then it's like kind of starts weaving in words every now.
It was so funny.
That was the best way. That was the best time of her speaking.
Listen, I know people were kind of like at some point like were annoyed by Mem just like going mem like mem. But I, having watched Finon's voice actor like play through the quests and his chat just like starting the whole like starting the mempocalypse and going full on like the idea of Mem as soon as she starts like learning like actual words in between, just like throwing the occasional like fucking insult and bomb in there. Yeah. Mem, fucking asshole. Mem. It's so good. Like that is one of the funniest bits ever, in my opinion.
Like you can't convince me that that's not canon.
That has happened 100%. Like you cannot tell me they didn't like copy something from like Trailblazer's speech patterns and just like at some point it slips out and Danhong looks at them like, what did you teach the child?
We can't
Who taught
stop.
you this?
She's just learning. She's just reading our memories.
It was so good.
Oh, also, Fu Li being the Sky Father of Oryx.
Oh yeah.
Huge moment there. We can't forget about that in 3.2.
Yeah, I remember like how that also like was that 3.2?
Yeah.
Was that 3? Oh, you know what I totally forgot? The whole Stellar Hunter section in 3.0. We didn't talk about that at all. Like that entire thing, we didn't even mention that.
Yeah, that was a huge thing.
Because I remember like going through it and I was like, oh, what are we doing? Did you pick Firefly or Kafka?
I don't remember.
Fair. Fair. Because I actually remember
I picked Firefly. I think I picked Firefly because I had another perspective YouTube video pulled up and I picked Kafka.
Fair. Because I remember actually.
So I just picked the other one.
Because I remember that little section actually made me like Kafka a little more because I didn't really care for her much, but like talking to her then, I was like, oh yeah, no, I kind of like her.
She has a more gentle side there.
Yeah, for sure.
I like Silverwolf because like Silverwolf acts like more like a family member. Like her character's changed a little bit.
I like that. I like that we get to see more of her being like more vulnerable and open. I love seeing that.
Like she's been a little bit more emotional in the 3.x series. Like
definitely. Yeah, totally forgot that. And then like that whole section is also like where we meet Mem and where we get gazed at by quote Fuli. Fuliened. Let's see. Okay, I think that was it. Now. Anything else for like the Maxa sections that...
I'm of the mind that Fuli and Mythos are the same thing now. At first I wasn't sure, now I'm pretty sure they are.
I mean, they're definitely... I would definitely call them like two sides of the same coin. At the very least.
Like, my theory that... I'm gonna make a video about this. Like there... I think that March ascends into Fuli and Evernight becomes Mythos.
Interesting. That would be a cool one, actually. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
That makes so much sense to me. I'm literally gonna write the script tonight. I can't wait. But
oh dear,
that's besides the point.
Oh yeah, no, I never thought like the whole like character like the Express Trio becoming Eons thing definitely like took off with like recently with 3.7 especially. But yeah, actually, yeah, that's a fair point. It makes sense.
Oh yeah, the dragon thing with Castorus and how she got a part of this cycle when she's not supposed to be. That I forgot about that. Wow,
Yeah.
I always forget that Castorus isn't even supposed to be here.
Honestly, yeah. In that case, I don't think there's anything more. I mean, we can, if there's anything more for like the Anaxa part, you can come back to that. But yeah, on to Castorus. First things first, I did make the mistake of watching the animated short before doing the quest. And that is fully on me, and because of that, I feel like Castorus' whole section and the animation later on definitely didn't hit as hard for me as it would have if I hadn't watched that beforehand. I think they also I think it isn't it also because they actually posted that short before the quest came out, which kind of
did,
yeah, which was why I was like, oh, well, that sucks, but I guess they did mention that they were gonna put these in the quests from now on, so it is what it is. That was on me. Funnily enough, I think 3.2 definitely was a patch for a lot of people. Or was when a lot of people, if they didn't really care for or like Castorus before, they kind of came around to her. And gained like a new appreciation for her character, which is totally fair. Funnily enough, I think 3.2 barely did anything for her character in my eyes. Because tragic backstory, yes, the animated short, very sad. The thing that made me like Castorus more is literally that one scene in 3.0 where we're feeding the Dromas with her. That is like the scene that I feel like had at least as much, if not a bigger impact on my impression of her than like all of 3.2.
Okay, here's a point of controversy for me. A lot of people fall in love with Castorus. I feel nothing towards this character.
Yeah, I think that
she's such a nothing character for me. Like she doesn't really have too much of a personality, and maybe that's just because everyone in AMPHOREUS is just so extreme and she's just really not. But
and that's and I get what you mean. And that's kind of what I thought at first too, because at first her character definitely seemed like very you knew what, like you had a feeling you knew what they were going for, you know? Quiet, reserved, distance and whatnot, and that is why that moment in 3.0 and later in 3.3 as well sticks with me so much when we see her kind of like not quite break character, because that's always been part of who she was, but when we see her like nerd out about her hobby of photography, or when we see her like giggle when we're feeding the Dromas, or when she's in class and find out as being a little bitch as always, and we see those little like sides of her like lighting up, those were the scenes where I was like, oh wait a moment, there's actually more to her. And then learning that, you know, she's a writer, she loves writing, she loves doing little handicraft things, like those things that aren't really highlighted much in the story. They're more like small side things, but to me they stuck out so much more because they kind of subverted my initial expectations of what I thought her character was going to be. But also, I totally get
Cypher's
that.
first appearance.
Also, Cypher's first appearance, yes.
And I feel where you say that like feeding the Dromas was your favorite moment from Castorus, her getting scammed by Cypher was mine.
That was also very fun. Yeah.
That was funny.
Another thing, because there you also see like Castorus getting a little peeved, a little ticked off at Cypher's shenanigans.
It's like Castorus is like, yeah, I have some savings, and Cypher's like, yeah, but what are you gonna do after that?
But that's what I always like. I always like seeing characters like, again, breaking character is not the word, but you know what I mean. You know, like these little
showing
glimpses.
Sides of themselves.
Yeah, these little glimpses, and that's why I always put such a big emphasis on these little like lighthearted, what people might consider filler scenes, and the quote the fluff and character interactions, because those are, in my opinion, like the most important thing when it comes to like writing and fleshing out a character. Because you can like give, you know, Castorus, for example, you can give her initial impressions, you can give her tragic backstory and her later on resolve and whatnot, but all of those things were kind of expected. Like, I'm expecting to see this. I was not expecting to see her like geek out over March's camera, or to like look at us being dumbasses and have a little silly moments. I did not expect that, and I loved seeing those sides.
Yeah.
And yeah, Cypher. Yep. Yeah, and Cypher, I liked at first. Didn't really care too much for her. I thought she was kind of fun. I didn't really know where her character, or I had an idea where her character was going, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, because she seemed like a little too, not quite sad, but like her attitude seemed a little, not off, but it didn't really hit with me.
Distant.
Kind of distant, but also like the cockiness, the confidence kind of like rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. Kind of like Sparkle does, where like she has the like bratty thing to her, which I don't like most of the times.
Well, that makes sense, because Cypher is supposed to mirror the elation.
Yeah. So at first I was like, okay, I think I see where we're going with this, but how do we take this? And then 3.3 came, and now I love her.
Yeah. Yeah. I also was like, but keeping things in 3.2, because 3.3 is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So how did Cypher move Castorus?
I still have no idea. How the fuck did she do it?
I have this idea in my head that I believe is canon, that Cypher just ran, got a chair, swooped up Castorus in the chair, and just ran with her with the chair all the way to
because we don't actually see how she does it. So she could as well have done, she could have like grabbed like 5 blankets and wrapped her up and just like cocooned her.
Yeah. I think she did.
Someone saying demigods can touch Cass for a little bit. Has that been stated anywhere?
I don't think so.
Lenny says she believed she could, so she did. I mean, true. Hey, just a little self-delulu. May as well be the case.
I was like, I wonder if she could convince Castorus that her death touch didn't exist. Would it cease to be?
I mean, I
guess it would, wouldn't it?
Maybe. I mean, at least maybe that's also as well, because, like, I mean, to be fair, we never, like... I mean, Castorus believed that Cypher could take them to Styxia without issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there's that, yeah. Glad mentioned...
Cypher's power is weird, because she's basically omnipotent. Like... as long as she can make you believe she is.
Pretty much. Leon, do you have like an exact scene of when Aglaya might have said that? Because I don't remember it. If she did, that would explain it. But I don't remember seeing it.
Because I know the whole reason why we could touch Castorus is because we were already
dead as hell. Yeah. Also, yeah, Lenny, like, she probably could have, like, at that point, she probably couldn't have convinced Castorus that her touch didn't bring death, because it was already, like, she was already so convinced, and she knew that that was not the case. But in theory, she probably could have done, like, if it was, like, at an earlier stage or whatever. Maybe.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that Cypher's one of the later demigods.
Yeah. God, I fucking love Cypher.
And Castorus was alive, like, way before she became a demigod. She was alive for a long time. She's
been around. Let me see here. Is there anything else of note we have before we can, Oh, right, 3.2 was when, Herda entered AMPHOREUS, and she met with Lygus. Right!
We see that March is like still frozen, and like Black Swan with
right.
This is where we learn that like this is where we learn that memo keepers don't believe in the present. Oh boy, there's so much lore here in this very end section.
I forgot. I've totally. Oh right, I remember because right before that, Anaxa fucking dips out. Like it's nothing, and then we get a black screen, and 2 seconds later, we're on the express with March. And I was like, okay, give me a second. I still love that Anaxa literally just like it was so fascinating because I didn't expect his death to be sad or anything, because I feel like that wasn't where they were going with his character. But I did love how he was just like, all right, listen, I came here I did what I came here to do. I'm out. Go fuck yourselves. Bye. Fucking love that.
Also, I never got a chance to talk about this, but it's like when Lygus modeled Anaxa off of the erudition, how like the erudition will sacrifice itself just to prove a point.
Yep.
That's exactly what Herta ended up doing too.
Oh my god, you're right. I never
Isn't that
put
crazy?
that together. Oh my god, true.
Herta and Xandar also did the exact same thing.
True.
Just to prove a point that they had. That point was just so important that they're willing to sacrifice their own lives just to prove it.
These people are all fucking insane.
They don't care. It's worth it to them.
These people are so insane.
They are. They're also the best.
I need
I love the genius society.
they are kind of like I don't like the organization, but like single characters, I like them.
It's an organization of single characters. That's what I like about them. Like they all just do their own thing. Oh, I love Dr. Primitive so much.
Dude, I fucking hate
dialogue, and I love that character.
I hate that they made me like him from those few lines. Like I saw his name, he came in, and I was like, oh brother, oh god no. And then the first thing he does is just take a swing at Lygus for no reason. And I'm like, you know what? Actually, maybe let him cook. Maybe he can stick around for a bit.
But remember, this is the guy that speed skates through space, turning people into monkeys. Like that's that guy. Like
I expected him to be more like cunning. I expected kind of like a Dottore kind of character, personality-wise. I didn't expect him to just be like straight up like crazy off the rails, like so elation coded, and I'm loving it.
He's having so much fun, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, like still fuck him, but it's kind of like a. See, the thing with me and villains is that the type of villains that I like, there's the kind of like antagonist like Lygus, whom I love. I love his character, but god is it fun to just like shit on him non-stop. It is so fun.
I love to hate Lygus.
I love to hate Lygus. Good. And then there's there's antagonists like maybe Dr. Primitive and other characters. You probably haven't watched Heaven the Official's Blessing, but there's a character in that is very much like just completely off the rails. Like because he was like so crazy and just like cussing non-stop. They had like several they had to bleep out him swearing in the show. Because every other sentence he just dropped like a fucking F-bomb or anything else. And he was just so incredibly crazy, like the childish, petty type of crazy. And that's what I love. That's my type of villain. And if Dr. Primitive ends up being that, I might fucking love him.
I know, it's like he might be the villain that I just genuinely like, and I want to keep him around.
Yeah, I need him to be like I need him to be like this, like I don't want another. I mean, it would be fun. Like it would have been fine, but instead of like a Lygus antagonist or like a Dottore kind of guy in Genshin, I just want him to be like so petty and childish and immature and loud and just all over the place. That would be so fun.
Mm-hmm. I think that's where they're going to, because it's like the first time we hear anything really about Dr. Primitive is the Dream World monkey brain rot story. Like, they're not even trying to keep it serious with that guy. Like, it's like, no, this is what he is.
See, from there on, I kind of thought that it was going to be like a guy that very much has more than a few screws loose, but still kind of like tries to keep his composure and whatnot. But no, he's just like, fucking filter off. I don't care. Go. I love him. I hate that I love it. Where were we? We were at 3.2.
We're talking about March being frozen.
And Herta meeting Lygus.
Yes, Herta. That's how we got
right.
there. Herta meeting Lygus. And we were not even sure who this guy was.
Yeah, and then the whole like
He said he was Genius Society, then said he wasn't, and then he started talking in enigmata ways, and it was weird.
And then he was like, you know, like
I thought
talking
he was
about
enigmata for a long time.
And I like talking about being gazed at by the air. See, I thought like I thought he was lying either way, because he said like he too was gazed at by the erudition. I believed that he was like an emanator of some sort, but especially towards like 3.3 and mainly 3. Until we learned like what he really was about and like who he really was, I thought that he was gazed at by the destruction, or he was at least a destruction follower, because bro was like had like such a fucking hard on for Nanook and for destruction.
Yeah.
And that was like, dude, really? Noose?
He's got issues.
He's got issues.
What's crazy to me is like this guy said, "Oh, Herta, you want to be careful. There's a Lord Ravager here. You should leave." It's like, yeah, dude, you're piloting it.
Yeah, like
what do you mean be careful?
Just looking out for you. Don't get ahead of yourself. You have a long 15 hours left to live. It was so fun.
But your conscience might be a problem with AMPHOREUS. Well, yeah, it might just save the world. Like,
yeah, dude.
You can think of 178,244 logic chains to just prove Herta. Singled it down to his best 3. Still, none of them worked.
Still didn't make it. Also, yes, Troy. He was also the greatest DJ in the cosmos. True. His theme slaps. Yeah. Even though I'm not a fan of like that kind of music, I can appreciate it. Oh god, no, that scene was also great. You know, like that scene also like immediately like got me and like got everyone like thinking. Because he was just there and he just dropped those like little like tidbits, and it was like, so what are you? What are you?
It's like we weren't even sure if he was like the big villain, because he hadn't done anything yet.
Exactly, because I thought that he was like, I mean the possibilities were that either he was the big villain, or that he too was working for someone. That was kind of where I stood at first.
Yeah.
Because he seemed like a middleman kind of.
Yeah. And that was his whole facade.
Yeah.
We all fell for it.
It worked for a good while. It freaking worked.
It
did. Okay. Anything else for 3.2, or do we get to the ranking?
I think we can rank it now.
I think similar to 3.0. I think overall good, some rough patches. I think that the cast...
I think very good, a few minor complaints, honestly.
Ooh. I think
because I'm the lore guy. That's just...
Yeah. Let me put it down here for a second, just like double check, because that's the patch I still have written down notes of. Hey, come on, and look at that. Conveniently, I also only wrote down notes for up to 3.3, so that fits.
Oh, okay, cool.
that just happened to be me being lazy, but it worked out. Oh my god, I totally forgot. We didn't talk about like the whole like Styxia section at all, but it was too long for my taste.
It was boring to me.
It was too long. It was too long. The highlight was meeting Mighty. The highlight was meeting Mighty again for me. And like the boss fight was also good.
We realized that like it's not that he was immortal in the way that he couldn't die. It's that he was immortal, like he would just deny death. Like he would die and then say no.
He just don't want to die. Just say no. Death cannot claim you if you don't consent.
That was worth it to me. Like
that was so all this interesting.
Crap, like, that was really cool. Also, it made a lot of sense because like. When he says that he talked to his mother, but his mother died way before he came into existence, it makes sense because he would go back into Styxia when he died, and that's when he would talk to his mother.
But even then, it is still important to acknowledge that like Mighty still like does not remember, like there is still the discrepancy of his mother saying that she raised him, which he denies she ever did. Yeah. Also another little off thing that was just left there.
Yeah. It's something. It's something.
It's something. But I still think that's funny. And like this whole thing also like makes me think of like, and I guess you can kind of like argue for it's because we later learned that his like he just snatched up some of Castor's code for his like quote immortality or rebirth, whatever you want to call it. But you cannot tell me that if the logic is that it's not that death doesn't want him, it's that he refuses death time and time again. You cannot tell me a fucking toddler has the mental fortitude and strength to just not die in the River of Souls over and over. Like, okay, I guess.
Hey, Mighty's different.
I guess he's just different. I guess like if nothing else, even if he didn't realize that his programming was like, no, not yet, get back out there, go. And that like that'll always stick with me. But yeah, the 60th part, it was okay in some parts, but didn't care too much for it. And that's why I'm saying overall good, because that section was like, it dragged on too much for me.
It wasn't on 3.1's level, so I guess I can give you that.
Yeah, I would say do I prefer it over 3.0? Was it better than 3.0?
Yes.
You think so?
I think it was.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I would consider it about equal for like different reasons, but yeah. We'll do that.
Just because it was a ton of foreshadowing, and all three, the 3.0 had the huge moment of like us taking a picture of Orynyx and like March being put in the camera, and she was with us ever since then. That was
the fucking camera
really cool
cutscene.
Yeah, like just that nothing little moment was amazing. But
yeah,
it's like 3.2 had a lot more that really
makes
let
sense.
us understand more about the world.
Yeah, or at least our perception of the world at that time.
Yeah, I mean, well, the whole Titans turning in, the whole demigods turning into Titan things was established here.
It was, yeah. And I mean, like as Liga said, and like Anaxa pretty much figured out everything except for what he literally could not, due to the nature of his existence. Smart guy, I love it.
Then he would later figure it out anyway with the Demiurge.
Yeah, I think Anaxa and Herda should meet and like have a chat.
I hope they do.
I think they have locked them in a room, and one of them's probably dead by the end of it, but with their consent.
What?
Like these two would get up to the fucking most insane like experiments and whatnot, and with them both being like so knowledge hungry, they like, I feel like give them like one very like insane experiment that requires some sort of sacrifice, and both of them would be like, all right, bet.
Oh my god, you know what we just forgot?
What?
Acheron.
Oh my god, right.
Acheron shows up. I think everyone says that that's just a memory of Acheron. I don't think that is.
No,
I think that's
no fucking way.
That is actually Acheron there, because we're between life and death. We're in the nihility.
That was just her.
Oh, I love that moment because it makes so much sense.
Yeah. Do you think Anaxa would like the cat cakes? Anaxa will love the cat cakes. Are you kidding me? That man is a sucker for anything and everything cute.
Yeah.
He will love these little creatures.
Yeah.
He might start beef with Ron May for abandoning them, honestly.
He would adopt them.
He would just adopt the whole, like, he would see them all like running around on her space station. He's like, I'll take your whole stock. I'll take them all.
I'll take your entire stock. Oh man, now I want to put it in very good but minor complaints again.
We're gonna, okay, you know what? I don't think it was as good as, I don't think it was better than 3.0. You think it was up here. Compromise the top of overall good.
Okay.
It's like in this range. I don't think it was as good as 3.1, but it was still good. It was still good. And with that, the last one for today.
3.3. Oh boy.
Brother. Where do we start here? I feel like we can split this into several sections, like Cypher, Aglaya, Hyacinth, Aquila, the end.
Can we both agree that the whole Solibus and Lunibus section that dragged so hard for me?
Yeah, at first
that was the only downside of this patch.
Yeah, I remember, like, I looked it up. I'm pretty sure it was like 1 to 2 hours. It definitely, like, I liked hearing, like, the story of Seliosi and you know how everything came to be and her whole journey and stuff, and also seeing like the parallels between her and Phynon and you know, the little tidbits that came off of that. But it was too long. They could have, like, the whole exploration section. I think at the end.
Too many doors.
Yeah, I think, like, the part at the end where Seliosi already, like, lost her mind and everyone's being punished. That section I think was fine, but
that's a justified crash out.
Honestly, yeah. And I think, like, everything like leading up to that. The first half was good, but after that I was like, okay, we can move on, pack it up, move it along. That was like the only part where I was like, yeah.
That's the only section that I can complain about. Everything else was amazing.
Okay, I do have like some more complaints about the quest as a whole. Number 1, there's that. Okay. Number 2, staying with Hyacinth. I feel like they wanted to do more with Danhong and Hyacinth, with their dynamic and their friendship, and they just didn't.
You think so?
I think so. I think, like, I'm a sucker for platonic friendships. That's the same thing, for straight friendships, for platonic straight relationships. And Danhong and Hyacinth were so cute, and it feels like we didn't really get enough time with them. It felt like something was lacking for me. But even from what we saw, I love their dynamic. I just wished we could have seen a bit more of that. And motherfucking Aglaya.
Being
at least
the GOAT. This is when if you weren't convinced in 3.2 that Aglaya was great, 3.3 was the hammer.
Yes, but also at least one CG or at one little cutscene of her dying. We could have gotten one. And I get we later had the bracelet sinking into you know, golden lava, sure. But
why didn't we get a cutscene of her like falling into the pool? Why didn't we get that?
Even if they didn't make it like an animated cutscene, just showing her like stepping back and like maybe like the perspective to like from her POV like falling down, something along those lines. They could have shown that. That at the end of it, like that really grinds my gears that we didn't see anything.
We do see in the Phynon trailer Aglaya falling from somewhere, which I'm thinking we're supposed to assume that's that.
Yeah, but the fact that I didn't even show it, like even just one CG.
It's not in game.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah.
Or like showing how like late, they didn't even have to show it at that moment. They could have shown like a little like flashback or of like them finding Aglaya or something, anything along those lines.
Yeah.
Lenny says, Phynon got too much screen time here when 3.4 was all him, but that's a me issue. Yeah, Lenny's not the biggest fan of Phynon. I think it was fine because I love him, but...
you hate Phynon?
He doesn't hate him, just not the biggest fan. I think Lenny just doesn't care much. He doesn't care much for like those tropes, those hero tropes. Which is fair. It's preference. I fucking love Phynon. I love my little golden retriever boy with 33 million layers of trauma.
I like Phynon because of that mean streak he's got. Like,
dude, like, speaking of that mean streak, you call him a
golden retriever, but he turns Rottweiler out of nowhere.
I love how 3.3 once again also like showed us like that his mean streak isn't just a mean streak. Like Phynon can and will kill if he deems it necessary.
Yeah.
I loved that. Like him literally like threatening the cleaners, being like, listen, I don't know if I'll be able to hold back. And then with kindness, being like, my sword yearns to end your pathetic life. I'm like, okay, boy, go off.
The Flame Reaver's starting. Oh boy, the Flame Reaver's acting up.
Dude, and on the whole Flame Reaver note, like Josh's performance just throughout that entire, like up until 3.4 was also just incredible. Like you could really tell, like by the time I reached 3.3 even, 3.3, 3.4, I look back at scenes from 3.0, and I'm like, look how happy he sounded. What happened?
Yeah. The voice acting in this patch is incredible.
Dude, Josh, they did incredible.
Cooked.
They did so good.
I don't know how he does it. Like, he's like that. He sounds like a person that is straight up suffering.
For real. And hey, as they deserve, they did also earn the like that one like voice acting like award for like mobile games, I think. Yeah, and like fully deserved. The absolutely incredible performance. And like 3.4 even highlights that more, and that's another topic. 3.4 is gonna be a whole thing when we get to that next time.
3.4.
God damn. But back to 3.3. Back to that. Yeah, the hyacinth thing is one. Aglaya, that the off-screen death, even though they gave us the bracelet scene later, could have given us at least something there. But yeah, 3.3 was what really made me love Aglaya, because at first I didn't care much for her. I kind of just viewed her as like, I did know that she had like more to her character that they just didn't like fully show, but she kind of had like that, you know, she was a leader. The Lady Gold Reaver, she always had herself together. You know, she
was holding it together.
Yeah, she was holding it together. And then I played 3.3, and when the little scenes with Cypher came, and we saw, you know, like we heard more human Aglaya and tiny Cypher, and I was like, no, you're gonna, oh, she's mothering, oh no, because I'm a sucker for the parental figures and the big sibling figures, and I was like, oh, you bitches, you got me.
It's that Aglaya's voice actress made us think that was her actual voice. Like her voice
the more
before
low-key
becoming a demigod and before like the 1,000 years of being a leader. The way she sounds so much more human.
It was so good. Like it was so good.
Nice. We see that more in
like in the 3.5 onwards, yeah.
Yeah, 3.5, 3.6, something like that. But yeah, like so many amazing voice actors.
Honestly, they all did incredible. Cypher's voice, like, dude, the fact that this was like her, like Cypher's VA's first role, like, where do they get these people? First Camden, now her. Where do they find them?
So much talent,
so fucking good. And yeah, same with like, if I hadn't been saving for Finon, I would have pulled for either Aglaya or Cypher at least. Because 3.3 made me love them so much, and like their dynamic and everything. Cypher as well. I didn't mention how like at first I was kind of a little wary of Cypher's character, where they were gonna go with her, but 3.3 really made me love her, because we have the flashbacks.
Holding the world up.
We have the flashbacks where like we learn that, yeah, she's a little trickster, she's very silly, she's, you know, demigod of trickery, but like she wants to be a good person, and she is a good person, and she's trying her best. And I mean, that's Cypher has also like that little like, what would you call that? You know, in this case, girl who cried wolf, where she just expects people not to believe her. Which to an extent, of course, is her own doing, and she knows that, but she also wants, you know, she wants to be genuine. It's just like, it's hard with her circumstances and everything. And I love, dude, one line that will like forever like stick with me is when we have the flashback of them discovering that she has golden blood. And the way she talks about just like basically like cutting herself open to let all the golden blood like drain out of her, like, and the way that line was delivered, like the panic, dude. And that from like really she was very young at that age too, like that, like she was like what, probably like teenager at most, and like hearing like just like essentially a kid like talk about herself like that, and just like panic like that, and be so desperate, Jesus.
Yep, that was sad. That was really, really sad.
God, I fucking love that.
And it's such a great character contrast too, because it's the character whose only power is to lie and make people believe it, and the other person whose power is to literally see through lies.
That was such a big moment. I remember.
She had to keep herself separate from Aglaya just to save the world. Oh, it's so good.
And I remember when we started the quest, because when we started the quest, there's that one little scene of us going to meet with Cypher, and she pulls a little prank on us with the Flame Reaver. I remember going through that scene, and the moment she tells us that, you know, if enough people believe in a lie, it becomes reality. The second I read that line, I was like, oh, they're gonna do something big with this. This is gonna come back to either bite us or help us. And we're gonna have to be able to cast that or something, but no. It's the fact that, like, this is, like, the one thing that no one should have been able to figure out, and, like, Cypher's being, like, the real fucking MVP the whole ride. And the moment we learned, the moment we got to the Kefali part, and, like, for the next 300 years, the Dawn device will keep burning. I stopped dead in my tracks the moment I read that line. I was like, wait a moment.
Oh no.
Wait a fucking second. And I was like,
oh no.
I was like, there's no way. Right? Is there? Could they do that? Is that a thing? And then it happened. I was like, oh my god.
The second Cypher dies, everything falls apart.
It was so good. On that note, speaking of which, also think we should have gotten a Cypher death cutscene, like a CG or something.
I feel like we did.
We did one
like it was rather graphic.
It ended on the Flame Reaver like coming down to swing on her, but I feel like, you know, where she like which by the way is still fucking so sad that she just hallucinates Aglaya and Treeby, like, watching them, and then Aglaya talking to her, and the beetle that she hallucinates as being golden when it was just a regular nymph.
She tricked herself one last time.
Yeah, dude. I think we should. I think we could have gotten like one at least like one CG maybe of that. But that scene still might be sad as hell. Let's see.
What's crazy to me is like the little detail of when like the Flame Reaver slammed her through the wall. She actually coughs up blood for a hot second.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh,
we can do that. Okay, good to know.
Like, yeah, like these characters are straight up bleeding. Oh boy. I didn't know you guys did that, yo.
I had that reaction like in Finance trailer as well, when it wasn't even golden blood. It was just straight up blood, and I was like, oh, okay, we're doing that. Nice. Let me see.
It's like this is when the story got super duper graphic. Because then we had the Celiosi thing.
They really went all in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, of course. And Small Rini at the very end. I remember people losing their minds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When the theme started playing, I remember like people were in chat. Like, I didn't play Honkai Impact 3rd, but I recognized the theme just barely. But people in chat like, and everyone like that I watched played was like, oh.
She's Elysia, and I'm like,
it's
yeah,
her.
duh. I'm like, yeah, duh. Like, you didn't notice
like we knew before, but like, you know, just like hammering it home.
It's funny that her name actually straight up is Elysia. Like, her pen name is Cyrene. Her name is just Elysia.
Apparently that's another thing where like they it's similar to like Kaslana, where in CN it's the name is like spelled a little differently than like straight up Elysia. So there's like a little like difference, like kind of like the H in Kaslana. But yeah, in English it would have been just like straight up Elysia, or as someone in my chat said, Elhesia.
Oh, okay.
Elysia.
Yeah, she's Elysia, not Elysia.
Yeah, or just Ellie Rini, as I like to call her sometimes.
Ellie Rini.
Big Rini, Small Rini, Ellie Rini, Mem Rini.
They're all the same.
All Rinis.
Elysia never changes.
Oh god, yeah. I mean,
she always sacrifices herself and always dies in the end.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing that we'll get to next time with 3.7, because whoo boy.
Yeah.
Oh dear goodness. Anything else?
Finon becoming a true leader in this patch was also really cool.
Yeah, dude, God.
Like he has a whole tonal shift here. Like
3.3 was. Oh my god, yeah, I forgot the fucking god. Another thing that I kind of like, I realized back then as well, but like I was reminded of, was in 3.3 when Finon has like we say goodbye. Like he says, we say goodbye to Aglaya more or less in the plaza, the garden, whatever. And Finon goes into his little mind space and talks to the imaginary Chrysos heirs, and Castris and Anaxa were one thing, because I feel like the way that he interacted with them, or the way he imagined them, very much, I think, in character. Like they would have been like that in real life too. Mighty, obviously. The way that with Aglaya, he even like in his mind, like like what he imagines Aglaya to be is like still this
the leader, and like
Alice Aglaya,
and like him imagining her saying, maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, but this cruel word. Like, not even giving himself like a shred of kindness when it comes to her, even though she was basically like she was his second mother figure. Like, and
yeah, but by the time she met him, she had already like gone cold. So
yeah. But even then, like we know that she still, despite her winning humanity, she still cared for him. But the way the fact that Finon just like couldn't seem like he was full on convincing himself that either Aglaya didn't feel that way towards him, or that he didn't deserve that sort of affection. And my god, this man has so many problems, and I love him for it.
He does have a lot of issues. I never thought about the imposter syndrome aspect of it.
Yeah, dude, and that's something that comes up later with Finon as well. Like, Finon never believed himself to be like as important as people want to make him to be. Like, he never considered himself important or capable enough to like be a deliverer, to be a hero. And like the way he constantly like puts himself down, and then like the one thing which is funny but also fucked up, the one thing this man will give himself is he can make a good salad and he's hot. That is all this man will give himself. And he's on par with Mighty when it comes to like fighting and stuff. But other than that, when you like compliment him, he always tries to like downplay it. Like this man is so bad at just accepting affection and compliments. And he like always tries to deflect and be like, no, actually, it was because of you that this happened, and you did this, and thanks to you, I'm like
no,
this.
you're breathtaking.
Exactly. Like he always goes for the no you, except for his like, yeah, look, I'm a very attractive guy, and I'm strong, and that's about it. I can make a good salad. It's so god. I need to pick him up and squeeze him. Oh god. Yeah, no, I think on par with 3.1, definitely, for sure. Absolutely.
Oh, speaking of your Hyacinth Dan Hung moments,
we
had some more in this one too.
Oh, god, hold on, my foot fell asleep.
There's this moment where Dan Hung finds a way to copy the water teleportation gate thing.
Right, which I think is very, I don't know, I thought it was cool that he could just do that.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, but I think it was fun that like he just got it now. Oh my god, yeah, and god, Dan Hung like telling us to go off while he stalls a flame raver. Did you see, or I guess like listen to the voiced scene now that it's voiced?
I think I did.
Dude, fucking
Dan Hung's voice actor can turn it on when he wants to.
Nicholas is so amazing, and it's even better because I've been replaying HSR like from the start on an alt account, very slowly, but I've been streaming that. And the difference between 1.0 Dan Hung or 1.x Dan Hung and 3.x Dan Hung is they are worlds apart. It is amazing. Yeah, because
like the character develops and stuff, and they get more into the character.
Yeah, like the character development of Dan Hung, I think, is absolutely amazing. AMPHOREUS in general has maybe liked Dan Hung's character so much more. I already liked him, but I really love him, and like seeing the growth of his character is so good. For
me, I really started liking Dan Hung in like, what was it, 3.6?
That makes sense.
That's what solidified it for me. Like I was like, okay, yeah, he's the GOAT. I'm like,
that makes sense. That makes sense. For me, it was kind of like a gradual process over the course of Amphoreus, where like from like a 7 out of 10, he like went further up because we got to spend more time with him and we got to see him like more, we got to see him for the enabler that he truly is, with the seal slammers and everything, and him showing off his silly streak more often, which he's always like kind of had. Like people think that Dan Hong is like the straight-faced, composed one of the three of them, but like it's just that Dan Hong keeps his silliness
he's an emotional Hydra dragon.
Yeah, like the thing with Dan Hong is like he also is very silly, but like he keeps it to a reasonable amount. Like he enables them, but he just like makes sure that their shenanigans don't go over the top, that like no one gets hurt. But as far as he can without shit going wrong, he will jump in and cause trouble with them sometimes.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I love it. And
he's still one of the three trailblazing kids. He's just the older sibling.
Exactly. Like he is not immune to the nonsense. Oh god. But yeah, more on Dan Hong in 3.6 as well, because that's
that's a whole thing.
Yeah, honestly.
Silly OC thing, we already talked about that.
Yeah.
Neither of us like it. but justified crash out.
I liked it, but it was too long.
Yeah.
If they had shortened it like by one, at least a fourth, a third, I think it would have been much better. I do think that they could have, and I don't know, I think this might be what you had with Castorus, where something about Hyacinth's character in 3.3 felt a little lacking. I love her character, but I feel like no
struggle for her. Like she kind of just knew what she had to do.
And to be fair, that might just be like a part of her character, and I'm well aware that like, this I try to when it's about characters that I don't care too much about, although I do care about Hyacinth, but characters that I'm not like as insane about as like the guys or other characters. I try to like keep in mind that, my personal preference doesn't necessarily have much to do with how they were presented, because I still think that overall Hyacinth's presentation was good for what she's supposed to be. Similar with Castorus. Just not my thing personally, but still good enough. I don't know. I feel like they could have done a little more, maybe.
I mean, now that I think about it, though, it's like she's a medic. She sees people dying all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why it's like she's able to, like, keep it together. Because...
True. She has to.
It's like, it's the same thing as Castorus, right? Like,
yeah.
When horrible things start happening, she's probably going to be the one that's going to be on the more stable side.
Yeah.
Because...
And we even saw that like at the end of 3.3 when she said goodbye to us, and even then she was still smiling because she knew that like people in M4, like people below them were suffering, and to her that was like she like if anyone is still suffering and she can change that, like she doesn't have time. She can't afford to be like to show weakness, even though everyone would have totally understood and would have been with her, at least for those last moments, but yeah. Hyacinth got more... honestly, I kind of get where you're coming from, Lenny. Hyacinth got more characterization in 3.4 than 3.3. I kind of get where you're coming from. With the Hyacinth and Kaslana situation.
Okay, yeah. Also, when she was freaking screaming, wow, that's blood-curdling.
Jesus, yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
My god.
Again, voice acting.
The voice acting was so on point. Like, for everyone. It was so fucking good. Oh, god. Yeah, I think, like, on par with 3.1-ish. Maybe a little higher than 3.1, or, well, I don't know. Maybe a little higher than 3.1, I think, maybe.
We had the Seliosi fight. We had the Flame
Oh my god,
Reaver
we didn't... I mean,
up.
to be fair, Proi. I feel like that alone has to give it bonus points.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Didn't even think about, like, the Aquila fight and everything. Also that little moment of again, talking about, like, Leader Finon, where he kind of, like, the bracelet falling into the golden lava, and he doesn't even give himself a second to grieve. He's like, alright, we're moving on. I know, but we're moving on.
Yeah, that was such a moment where he looked and he was like,
so
okay.
heart-wrenching.
It's when he starts to numb. Oh, I hate that. He just starts to numb, and it's just
he eats it all up, and at that point, I was like, okay, this is the moment where he's really he's been doing that his whole life, but now you can really see where like he is one step away from snapping. He is just one tiny step away. Like any second it's gonna happen.
And then Creepy dies, and it's just what was it?
And despite it all, he's just like he still doesn't allow himself like a second of respite, a second of rest.
Yeah.
God, Finon's character, dude. When we continue this, I feel like 3.4 is probably gonna be the longest rounding session of all of them.
For sure. Also, at the very end, we learned that that AMPHOREUS is a scepter.
Oh yeah, right. That was 3.3.
Shows back up, yeah.
Right.
With a Screwlum.
Screwy. True. Almost forgot about that. Yeah.
But yeah, I like where you put it. It's almost highest cinema, but I think we can already say we know where 3.4 is going.
Listen, I have so much to say about that patch. That patch broke me in so many ways. That was the first time.
Song. Finon's theme was it Coronal Radiance? Oh,
I learned to play that.
I can't hear that song.
I learned to play that shit on the piano because it was. I fucking took me so like. That theme haunts me. It fucking haunts me. That was also the first time I actually that was also my first. Not anymore, but for a while it used to be like my longest stream that I'd ever done. I started at like 1:30 in the afternoon, like 2 hours earlier than I usually would because I was so impatient, and I ended at like 8:30 to 9 p.m. I was live for over 7 hours straight because I was so locked in.
Yeah,
it was so God. More next time on that. There's so much to talk about with that one because I think you might not have much more time, possibly. How's it looking?
You know what's hold on.
Yeah.
I want to say this before I forget. 3.4 is only 4 hours long.
Okay, that depends on how long you go. The walkthrough is 5.5. That depends.
But before that, we had 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours.
It was one of the shortest. It was like the shortest one for sure. Until then.
Wow.
But
yeah. Like, I've got a little bit more time.
Fair. We're not gonna get into like any more quests because I think like one half and second half that's gonna work. I do have to pour myself some more water. God. Because I can already feel my voice being like a little strained, but I'm still good for now. I'm still good for a bit. How's yours looking, by the way?
Okay, I'm okay. I already recorded my short that I'm gonna
Fair. I think it was so funny. I think it was kind of funny when you were like, sometimes like before we started or like yesterday, I was like, I'm gonna have to make sure that I have my water, I keep my throat warm so it doesn't die. And you were like, sometimes my throat my voice dies after 15 minutes of recording a video. And I thought to myself, yeah, because you have like the YouTuber voice when you make videos. Like you just go all in.
Confident,
like when you like think of like a typical like YouTuber like starting a video, like that is your voice. Like, what's up, everyone? It's so.
Well, I want to put on a show, It's like,
yeah.
It's like my whole thing of AMPHOREUS was I want people to be hyped about the story because I like the story. So I want to give as much energy as I can to the story so you can share in my energy.
It's just kind of funny because like I'm like the opposite usually when I record stuff. I notice that I'm usually a lot tamer until like later on in the video usually when I'm reacting to stuff where I like get into it and I get yapping. But I'm usually like more like composed with it. Meanwhile, you're just like 150% and it's really fun. It is really fun. But I was like, yeah, no fucking wonder your voice is dead after that.
Yeah, because sometimes like I have dyslexia, right? So like I can't read sometimes. So they're like there's 15 minutes of recording, 20 minutes of outtakes. So it's like
honestly, fair. That's whenever I like the few times that I've done a scripted video, Dude, I suck at scripted videos because, like, I talk and I have this problem in general that my neurodivergent brain repeats itself so many times because I'm like, I don't want people to misunderstand me and I want to talk more about this, and so I say this. I do it in an accent. I say the same thing 5 times in different ways. I truly am a hoyosho in the truest sense, even to the way I speak.
I wouldn't call myself a hoyo shell. I just happen
honestly
to make hoyo
same.
content.
Like the word has no meaning at this point.
If I don't like something, I'll just say I don't like it. I don't hide my opinions at all.
Exactly. It's just that like people like.
This is why I'm kind of a little bit polarizing, because some people like me and some people hate me. But you know, it is what it is.
I mean, yeah, that's just like people call you a hoyosho for just enjoying the games, and like if you like. People expect that when you dislike something for you to like, not you, like you in general, like the general you, people expect you to go like all in. Like people expect you to, instead of like, I dislike this, here's why, or this part fell flat for me and here's why, people expect you to go, this fucking sucked. This is awful, the worst thing ever created, where I'm like, that's not true though. It's literally not. Like, do you people not know how to give constructive criticism? It's also the idea of like, even if I was like that, which I mean, I can't even imagine that, because I actually, like, when I talk about things, whether I like them or dislike them, I want people to listen to me. And if I talk like that, I know people are not going to want to listen to me. And they're not going to want to, like, whether what you say is right or wrong. If the way you say it doesn't sit right with people, if they feel like attacked by it, of course they're not going to listen. Like, that's, like, the basics. Oh, God. Which
makes me think about 3.7, because, like, I love 3.7, but, man, I hate it as an ending.
I watched the video, like, parts of the video, and, I mean, I knew how it was gonna go, roughly. And, the way you, like, really came in with the way you started it, and before you were like, or so I thought, or until so and so, and I already knew. I was like, some people aren't gonna even, they're gonna pause before the second part plays, and they're gonna go to the comments and they're gonna hit that dislike button, and that's gonna be it. Which, to be fair, I mean,
want to look back at the engagement of that video for a little bit, just to see if there's a spike or a dip at that one section.
look at the like to dislike ratio. See how that's looking.
Oh, let me see. It's probably doing okay. Because, like, I do, like, clear it up immediately after.
Exactly. But, some people, they're like, nope, you said this thing once and you're done. Over.
It's over for you.
And yeah, like...
the ratio's doing okay.
Oh, for all of the... Good.
I'm pretty sure because people, like, know how I am by now.
Yeah, true. And also I do agree, that, like, we're gonna get to the ending of 3.7 another time. I like the ending, but we're gonna get to that later. I do have my gripes with the quest as a whole and the way we get to the ending.
Oh boy, took way too long. I'm gonna say right now, it took way too long to get to Castellana. Oh my God,
do you think?
I get it, it's ending. Oh my God.
I think they could have combined some of the characters.
Yeah.
I think they could have. Like,
the only interesting thing for me was the fact that Saridra and High Sealins were, like, outside of everything, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense, because you never really met them.
It sucks a little bit, but it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get why people are like a little upset about like Saridra and High Sealins kind of like getting put aside a lot of the time, and I get that, but it also makes sense. And you can argue that's like maybe like a bit of a writing flaw, with it, like them kind of being put on the back burner. I get that. It is what it is.
Yeah, they're in a different time though.
Yeah, exactly. Like Castellana never interacted much with them at all. So it does make sense. But yeah, we're gonna get more into it, but I think in general, what I've noticed with Hoyoverse and like HSR storytelling and story in general is they've been getting better at it. 3.7 was a little rough every now and then, but I think they're still facing the problem of like not really knowing, like the pacing is still a little rough in both ways, because I feel like sometimes they don't know whether they should expand more on things or whether they should like move it along, and so sometimes things drag out, while others I'm like, what do you mean we're done already? Like, sometimes I feel like they overcompensate, and sometimes they could compensate a bit more.
Yeah, that's a Hoyo thing. That's a Hoyoism.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
That's something that they just do.
Like, listen. Complain about the tell not show thing, but sometimes I'd be glad if they at least told a bit more. If they're not gonna show at all, I would rather have them tell than not tell or show. But yeah, more on that. Are you free on Friday?
Yes.
Do you have a similar amount of time as you do today?
I should, yes. Because by then I'll have already uploaded my video and be chill.
Do we want to do the part 2 on Friday?
I think so.
Bet. We're gonna like specify time specifics and stuff next time then, or later on.
Yep.
But yeah, today already very fun. I had a feeling we weren't gonna be done with this.
Yeah, I thought that we could get through it a little quicker, but I underestimated how much we have to address with so many different things.
Because I was like, I know I'm a yapper, I know you're a yapper, I know so much happens here, and we're probably gonna go through like we all like jump back and forth every now and then, and we remembered things 2 patches ago that we came back to.
That's the way my brain works.
Same. That's what I said, like about being worried that we're not gonna get through everything, because like my brain is gonna like get caught up in whatever we're doing at the moment and just gonna zoom on. And that's the way like conversations work with me. I talk to someone, or I talk to someone, like have a discussion, and then like the conversation ends, and 10 minutes later I'm like, fuck, I wanted this, I could have said this, I could have said that, and now I feel dumb if I go back and I'm like, by the way, here's another argument, and so I can't do that, and now it sits with me, and now I'm in agony.
No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that with me. Just go back. We can.
Yeah,
we'll work our way back there anyway.
Exactly. That's why I appreciate like having someone who's like at least on a similar wavelength, because like sometimes like even when we like discuss things like in DMs every now and then, I'll like we'll leave off somewhere, and then 2 days later I'm like, wait, hold on, stop. It do be fun. I mean, hey, the chaotic discussions are they are very fun. What is... Okay, there we go. Yes, Rako, well, we were ranking the stories. Not anymore, because the second part is probably gonna follow on Friday, because I think for today we are about done. This is our current ranking for 3.0 up to 3.3. We're not gonna count the Fate collab of 3.4, because it is not AMPHOREUS.
Just if you were wondering, that just goes into eh.
Okay, listen, that's a... I have a hot take about this. I actually like that quest.
Really?
I thought it was good.
We gotta talk about that then.
Okay, fair enough. I have an advantage there as well. I definitely will say, because that quest had like literally, except for like 1 or 2, all of my non-AMPHOREUS favorites, like Aventurine, Boot Hill, Sampo, yeah. Robin.
Oh yes, Sampo was there too.
Sampo was there too, my boy. Dude, the way I started
that was your patch. That was your patch and
quest,
no one else's.
At the moment I heard Sampo fucking Kazi in the recap, I was like, huh? And like at the end too, yeah. That was my patch. Like, and like who else was there anything else we had? I mean, like the Fate characters they were nice. I don't really care much about Fate.
I don't know much about Fate.
Same. I don't really care too much for it, but even then, I like the interactions we got. I like it because it was such a like character interaction heavy quest. Because a lot of it, like what some people might be filler, to me was fun because we got to see these characters like goofing around and bickering, and of course there were some rougher patches and some gripes I had with it, but
it's
like. Why am I in Britain? For sure, like that.
Is this Britain?
It's so funny. I was pissed off at the time because I was like, "What do you mean we're in Ides Elysiae?" And then Samber's like, "Is it Samber?" Samber's like, "Why am I in Britain?" I'm like, "I'm sorry. Excuse me." It does make for a great meme though. Like, it does make for great memes. Like, now I look at it and I'm like, of course it was cheap, but it's also fucking hilarious.
It's so stupid.
It's so stupid, but now it's in hindsight, it's so funny. But yeah, no,
I forgot about old Odie though. Old Odie was kind of a villain a little
bit,
though.
Dude.
At first I liked old Odie. Now I can't stand him.
At first I was kind of neutral. At first I was kind of neutral on him. I didn't trust him. And then I was like, oh, you asshole. Oh yeah, I forgot Rekka. Well, kind of Rekka was in it too. So that's another one for me.
Yeah, Rekka got some lore. I need to go back and look at that. Rekka got some like backstory or something.
Yeah, although it wasn't really like it was. I mean, it was. What was it? The guy's name? Grady, I think. I kind of want to look more and more into that because, like, at the end of the day, I do think that the Penacony lore we got was kind of it was pretty interesting to me. But I think like the characters just being there and talking about it also contributed to it. I like that they casually dropped that Adventuring likes trashy films. And fucking Scott! Sense. Oh my god, fucking Scott! Dude. Listen, I love Scott. I fucking love that guy.
He's another villain you love to hate, you know?
Yeah, no, I love that guy. The fact we got playable Scott before playable Screwlum.
Like...
We got playable Scott before playable Screwlum. We got playable Mem before playable Screwlum. It was so funny. Yeah, right. And that was one thing that people also hated, that Scott got so much spotlight. I loved it because I think he is fucking ridiculous.
I like that, like, he's a bad guy, knows he's a bad guy from a long lineage of bad guys with a bad guy legacy.
He's like, yeah, I'm an asshole.
That is his thing.
Yeah,
he's like, heck yeah, I'm a bad guy.
Like even the wardens, he's like, yeah, I know, I'm a bitch, I know.
Doesn't care and he's proud of it. I love that about him.
It's so good. It's so good. He's so pathetic. He's such a loser. Oh yeah, and the little Misha and Pom Pom scene at the end as well. That was very cute. I totally forgot about that.
Pom Pom knew Akivili.
Hey, listen.
We gotta talk about that later. That's another thing. Hold on.
My new crack theories. Crack theory. I cannot speak. My new crack theory. Pom Pom is Akivili, and just because. Because that everyone after that scene in 3.7 is like, oh yeah, the Trailblazer is definitely Akivili or used to be or whatever. I'm like, no, Pom Pom. It's the buddy. Lock it in.
That would mean Pom Pom's lying though.
I mean, just because they speak of Akivili in the third person doesn't necessarily mean. Maybe they disappeared for a reason. Who knows?
Oh boy, Pom Pom killed Akivili. That's the thing. Whoa!
What if Aha stuck on the train again and killed Pom Pom a while ago, and the one we've been traveling with the entire time was Aha as Pom Pom.
Aha, just waiting to blow up the train again,
dude. And that's why they know so much. They were there. Have you read that one?
Why didn't he blow up the train when Oswaldo was riding it? That's my question.
Honestly, I think we should invite Osvaldo over, you know, just for a chat.
No.
Invite him over, like put him like in. No, hear me out. Invite him over, put him like in one of the last wagons, and you know, hold him there for a little bit, and hit up Sparkle. See if we can get in touch with someone. And you know, I mean, hey, fireworks are pretty. And if Aha wants around too, you know, I think that'll be the easiest way to get the Trailblazer on the path of elation. You know? One favor for another?
I like the way you think.
Wait, I still someone here. Have you guys read that one message that one of the versions of Xander sent us? Wait, can you give us a... Oh, the mail that you get from like I forgot what the exact thing says, but like the was it a redeem code or something?
Oh yeah,
the Xander mess. I didn't actually read. Yeah, I haven't read that yet.
I forgot to read that. Oh, I forgot to read
Same.
that.
Oh, was that the Omega code? Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to read that as well. I remember I didn't even know it. Like when I redeem codes, I don't look at what they say. I just redeem them. But apparently that one was something, so I need to go back and actually read that. Lenny, I would object to that. Pom Pom is intimidating. Pom Pom is terrifying. No one messes with Pom Pom.
The bunny has aura. You don't understand.
Pom Pom is that little creature that like even Veld and everyone is like, listen, you don't want to make them mad. Yes, Ren, we did talk about the news aha thing in 3.7. I think it'd be kind of funny.
It'd be interesting.
It'd be interesting, at least for the end. At least for the end.
For the moment, though, I think Aha was a spectator and was just watching news.
Yeah.
And Herta.
For sure, that would be. I think it's very interesting that, I mean, I guess, because Aha did one, like was it for the propagation? The one time that Aha actually did interfere when the universe was in danger? Yes. And yeah. It's interesting that they didn't do that this time.
Disaster. Maybe they did.
Well, you're right. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. Maybe they did, or maybe they... Yeah, or maybe they figured that this was like... The propagation was less fun, or would have been less fun than this is. Maybe this one could have still brought about some shenanigans or whatever. Or maybe they were here. Aha's everywhere. The elation is everywhere. God, I am so excited for more elation lore. I am excited for 3.8. Even though I am going to...
Is that what we're getting?
3.8 is going to be the Penacony patch, and they did mention like the factions that we're going to be getting are the IPC, the Masked Fools, Stellar Hunters, Galaxy Rangers.
Oh, the Stellar Hunters are back.
Yeah, like a lot of factions that are going to come back because 3.8 is supposed to be like kind of like it's gonna like a complimentary quest to like show us what the factions were up to during Penacony that we didn't get to see. I hope that they fucking tell us how the fuck Argenti got to save the Venturine. What was he doing there?
What? That's just Argenti. That's just what Argenti does.
He was just in the... How... Brother just went into the void, saved the Venturine, dipped, and never elaborates on it.
Speaking of the IPC, I hate that faction. I hate them. Like, I hate Jade. I hate Topaz. Aventurine's cool.
I love Topaz. I love Topaz. Jade is
gaslighting. Oh, I can't stand her. And she just pretends to be so good and nice.
I mean, that's where I would call mischaracterization here, because the thing with Topaz is that on the one hand she is too shrewd to be like a quote normal person, but she also is too kind for the IPC. Like she's the in between thing. That's the problem.
I guess.
Like her thing is like she's a businesswoman. For sure.
The way she lies is
But she also has her moments where, like, with Belobog, like, you can tell that, like, of course, with Belobog at first, she was very much, like, you know, for the IPC and all for the IPC. But at the end of it, she was like...
Act. No, that was an act.
No, because at the end, we have that conversation with her and Aventurine. There's no need for her to put up an act with Aventurine. And she straight up was like, these people want to choose their own fate, their own history, and I respect that. And I'm willing to take any, like, demotion for that.
Yeah, but that was the plan. That was the plan. Jade says that was the plan to gain the Astral Express's favor.
But even then, I think, like... The thing with Topaz, like, she is both a victim and a perpetrator. Like, she definitely is both.
Less of a victim than a Venturine.
I mean, yeah. Like, Topaz had the, quote, fortune of being picked up and raised by Jade. Aventurine had,
that she lied about to Branya.
Where did she lie about?
I thought she was from a dirt poor planet.
Wasn't she?
Well, if you look at her resume from her character story, Apparently, she had a squeaky clean resume with all these credentials from places she could have never reached if she was from a dirt poor planet.
I mean, there's also the thing that, I mean, to be fair, who says that these credentials are actually all accurate? You know?
Well, she sure backed it up.
Character stories. Senior manager of
Her
yada
grades
yada
were
yada.
something like no one has ever seen.
I mean, yeah, exactly. If no one's ever seen it, how do you know that it's true?
Okay, that's not what I meant. But it's like what I'm saying is that she got grades, like she got like perfect grades across the board. The only thing she didn't get a perfect grade in was the thing that she didn't feel like looking at. She didn't feel like showing up.
And to be fair,
for.
like we're talking about like her being picked up as a child. Like, of course, like if she is raised by by IPC by Jade, of course, like as a teenager or as a adolescent or whatever, of course, then she'd already be on the way to, you know, her career and whatnot. But that doesn't inherently mean that she lied.
No, because if she was taken in by Jade as a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did she get the credentials to enter the school?
Jade.
So you're telling me Jade lied about so Jade made up all the credentials for Topaz.
I mean, Jade
to
told
get her into
Adventure.
school.
I mean,
And then Topaz just happened to pass everything perfectly?
I mean, she was definitely taught. I mean, Jade also like told Aventurine to like abandon his name so that he couldn't be like prosecuted for his crimes anymore. That Kakawa was essentially dead. Like that's how he got out of like how he got out of like his crimes by just taking on a new identity.
Nova spreading anti-IPC propaganda. Okay, look.
Okay, listen. Anti-IPC propaganda is very much valid.
That's not even propaganda. They were going to sell vaccines for nerve damage in the event of an apocalypse.
Yeah, no, listen. I am just arguing against the anti-Topaz propaganda. Anti-IPC? Abso-fucking-lutely. Fuck those guys. Like, the IPC can go fuck their
Topaz is not as bad as Jade, but she's still bad.
She's not nearly as bad. But, like, she was a grooming victim. Like, that is just it. Of course, that does not excuse her actions, but she was a grooming victim.
She was a grooming victim.
For sure.
We can agree there. 100% she got groomed.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's this thing of, like, regardless of, like, what, like... At the end of the day, she's neither, like, completely, like, evil nor completely good. She is very morally gray. And she's not as bad as, like, Jade or anything. She does have her good and her bad. And of course, regardless, it doesn't excuse her actions. It doesn't excuse what she does and the way she does things. But it's understandable, you know. That's usually like my thing with these characters. Like, I get why, but of course, it's no excuse or justification. I still love her. I love her. She's pretty. She's pretty as hell. I will say, like, this is a topic I would come back to another time because I have not fully read Topaz's story, and I've been wanting to for the longest time, so that we could come back to that another time.
Yeah, that's where the whole credentials thing, and like you're gonna like once you read that, you're gonna see like a bunch of stuff where you're just like, hold on a second, that's not.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Yeah, no, I do want to. I need to read more character stories, honestly. Actually, just sit down and read through them. There's been a couple, like, I've read through Ratios and Moltzes and, like, a couple of the 4 stars. I'm still so mad, like, that Sampo's character story is basically, like, a big nothing burger. It pisses me off so bad.
He wiped it clean.
All we know is fucking Madame Poisson. And talk about, like, his victims and whatnot, but nothing about him. And I hope to God that the eventual 5-star Sampo is going to rectify that.
I like that no matter where he goes, he never leaves footsteps.
I love that. I love that.
So good. That's one of the things that like people I have to compliment Hoyo for, because like they pay attention to details like that all the time.
Even like
it's all the time, little stuff like that.
Even like sometimes like in the way like he like cuts, like he destroys like destructibles. Like the way he does it tends to be like cleaner than other characters.
Oh really?
It's very interesting. Like a lot of the time, like when you cut something with him. Like, with other characters, like, the thing just, like, bursts, it explodes or whatever, it just crumbles. But with him, it just slices into 2. It's very interesting.
I need to go test that out now.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know if that's the
super
case for like every single item, or if it's maybe just the Bellowbog ones, and if they kind of like stop with that later on. But it is fun. It is fun.
What about the currency wars? I don't see any sick intention there. We don't know yet. That's the thing about the IPC. You don't know about their intentions until like you learn about their intentions, and then you realize that they blow up planets for fun.
Yeah, no, listen. The like, as much as I love Topaz, the only one whom I trust when talking about the IPC's intentions is Aventurine, because Aventurine cannot stand those fuckers either. And even 3.7, he was like, listen, whatever the IPC does, remember, the Stonehearts are more on your side than they are. Fuck them. We know what we're doing.
Yeah. Also, I love that Oswaldo and Diamond hate each other. But
I love that.
What's terrifying to me, I was having a conversation in Discord the other day. Do you know how bad Diamond needs to be if Oswaldo hates him?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, to be fair, either how bad or the other way around. Because Osvaldo is a piece of shit, and if Diamond has like some semblance of morality left, and they clash because of that, or just like their personalities don't match, that could also be it. It would be a little funny if Diamond was just like even worse than Osvaldo. I kind of don't think so, but it would be interesting.
Consider the following: Diamond gives a portion of his power to the Stonehearts in the form of the form of the Cornerstones. If they use that power, everyone takes a vote to see if the use of that power was worth it or not, or profitable. And if not, they die.
Jesus. That is a wild concept.
I think Diamond's deep. I think Diamond might be even worse, because that's his closest allies. That's how he treats his closest.
And to be fair, he was very much ready. I mean, to be fair, Aventurine also played a little part in that, but he was very much ready to just send Aventurine off to his death, knowing that he's assuming that he was going to die.
They were going to kill him on the spot. If Opal didn't like break the tie in Aventurine's favor, Aventurine's dead on the spot.
I still think that that trailer is very wild, because you could just see that like the moment the scales like tipped quote in his favor, you can see on Aventurine's face that like this was not what he had planned. He did not want this.
He was like, oh my god.
He was like, oh fuck, I'm back in the building. I'm back in the fucking building.
Head on the chopping block again.
And meanwhile, instead he's like, you know what? Fine, I'm here now. I don't have to kill anyone. I can just make someone else do it for me and provide the intel.
It's like that. Just the way the Stonehearts work is just you can see that Diamond's not good. He's not. Yeah. He's bad news. He might be either just as bad as Oswaldo or worse. He's not better. I don't think he is.
Yeah, like I would like to think he is, but
It's like an Emanator version of Oswaldo is already bad. Like,
my god.
Oswaldo is not even an Emanator.
Good fucking riddance.
It'd really be just the Path Striders, because Rupert wasn't an Emanator either.
True. It is easy to forget that like some of these like characters who have had like big achievements or have done like irreparable damage to things weren't actually like Emanators. They were just things.
They're just really strong Path Striders.
Yeah.
You can't underestimate people.
Yeah, true.
I think you've got double Emanators like Zephyro, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, actually, wait, I'll save that for next time, because that's a 3.7 thing. That's another thing. Just remind me of something that I think is very interesting. But also, speaking of currency wars, have you played that game mode yet?
I haven't played it yet.
Oh my god.
I need to. Everyone says it's so good.
It's so good! And I say this as someone who does not give two fucks about combat. Like, I did not... Heads up, the tutorial, fucking awful. But once you get past the tutorial, it is so fun. I don't know what they do.
Bold
I think
of you to assume I play tutorials.
as you shouldn't. I'll just get I skip past everything that I could, but it is so fun because I think it's just because like it's different from things like you know the end game modes where you go and then you have a big boss fight and you end it, and they're all around the fight, pick your poison, or the Sim-Uni, Divergent Universe, Golden Gears, that whole branch where it's like you walk up to an enemy or a domain or an occurrence, you do that, you walk to the next domain, you walk to the next domain, and you repeat. Where like it's very much like people have said like very TFT, you know, like you mishmash different factions and characters, which I fucking love. That like it's not just like based on playstyle. Like you can do a fucking Belobog faction, you can go full Astral Express, you can go like day demigods and night demigods. You can do like some factions are smaller, some are bigger. You can do like a kind of like a rando faction where you have like characters who just belong nowhere, like Sampo and Argenti, and like people who just show up and then disappear again. It's so fun.
Galaxy Rangers.
There is a Galaxy Ranger faction as well, yeah. Which
Acheron
is a part of. No, Acheron is in there.
Oh, I forgot. That makes sense.
Our favorite Galaxy Ranger. It is funny.
I never even think of her as a Galaxy Ranger anymore.
Because she isn't crazy. One.
Yes, she isn't. Like, she fakes like she is.
She just pretends to. I mean, to be fair, hey, it worked out for her. But yeah, it's also fun because like there's like so many units in that game. That in the normal game, like game modes would be like, you know, not quite the strongest. But in Currency Wars, they go off. Like, you have fucking Yanqing doing millions upon millions of damage. You have Ratio going off with, like, 5 chalks after another. It is so fun.
0 points. 0 points.
Exactly. 0 points. Fail. It is so fun. Yeah, no, I suggest playing it. It's so good. Like,
Where is Dr. Ratio and on AMPHOREUS?
Dude,
why? Of all characters, he doesn't ever show up. It's so funny that like this man is doing everything behind the scenes. This man creates the fucking anti-Iron Tomb vaccine, just dips. Does not appear on screen once. Now he's working with the geniuses on like restoring AMPHOREUS, and he does not show up once, which infuriatingly is very in character for him. Like, he just does his thing, he doesn't care for the credit or whatever, he's just like, get it done? Good, bye. Yeah, but he looks like he should be in AMPHOREUS.
He should be!
Remember when everyone was theorizing Dr. Ratio was from AMPHOREUS?
Yeah.
And then I made the joke that he was the Flame Reaper because, like, the whole head-looking thing.
Yeah!
Caslana's, like, broken down head looks like his mask.
I mean, now the most popular theory is the Xander fragment theory, which honestly,
oh jeez,
I am willing to buy. Because of course they managed to connect fucking Ratio to the cave, because of course they would. With his fucking, what is it, his talent, or his constellation, or his Eidolon, his Phanta Ray, which is apparently an inspiration for, or inspired by Plato, whatever.
Is it?
Yeah, I need to reread. I did send you the thread, and to be fair, like it's a long one, but like the points they make are actually like, I see where they're coming from, and I think it'd be a very interesting. And they did also bring up that point of like Ratio's design and the idea, because we never really like, it's never really like been talked about like where even the idea for like AMPHOREUS' setting comes from. Like if it's just like if the Scepter came up with that himself, or if Lygus himself or Xandar, well, Lygus, like put some inspirations in there, you know, like if that was like because of Xandar, like if AMPHOREUS looks the way it does because of like something in Xandar's memory or experience, if he had some input in that, there was a speculation that maybe AMPHOREUS was designed or took inspiration from his own home planet, whatever that is. I don't think we know. And
might have something to do with Adlevon. Might have something to do with Adlevon, because remember Xandar wanted Skrullum to go back to Adlevon.
He did talk about Adlevon, yeah. He did talk about it, yeah. So that might be a thing. I don't think he, like, it's never been mentioned, like, to be, like, related to, like, his own planet or be his own planet, but it could be. And to be fair, I don't think we know too much about how Adlavoon looks, if I recall. But yeah, that's, like, an idea that if Ratio was a Xandar fragment, then that could make sense, you know?
I feel like all Xandar fragments know they're Xandar fragments, though.
I mean, to be fair, like, when has Ratio ever had a reason to talk about it, you know, or deny or confirm it?
That's true, I guess.
That's the thing. He's never there. He just does his thing and dips. I mean,
I can't shoot it down, so.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. I do want to I skimmed through that theory the first time I saw it. I do want to go back and like properly read it because it's a long one. Like they really like went to the nitty gritty of it. And I think it'd be very interesting because it also is said that like, you know, different fragments represent different like aspects of Xandar's personality, and they might like act differently or think differently than he does. Like Lygus being his paranoia, and everything. And I think that'd be very interesting. What we know about Adlavoon is that after the ascension of Nanook, it was turned to obsidian. Really?
Yeah, an obsidian hellscape is what it says.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I'm sorry,
I guess
what?
there lies a formula there that will be useful to him when the day comes when he must destroy the erudition.
I forget what it, but if we choose no dialogues there. Drago, do you have a... Yeah, you... That sounds like 2 on the nose. So if you have anything corroborating that comment, then let me know. Put it in the comments or wherever. So with the Final and Veld interaction, I need Veld to interact with like more characters.
I know, like he just shows up when Kefali isn't Caslana. Like it's just and like
dude.
Like come on, Welt.
At least like a reaction, just a reaction at to the name, like a little like
just anything.
Like he had
no
with
one
Lucha.
ever mentions Caslana around Welt.
Yeah, like the one time it happened was with Luo Chao, where like he got fucking war flashbacks, and he was like, "It's fine, I'm fine." Just out of curiosity, who is this guy?
It's like when Black Swan hears about Evernight.
Yeah.
Oh, her face,
dude. That scene was so funny. Marge has grown on me over the course of AMPHOREUS. She has grown on me. I've come to like her shenanigans.
You didn't like her at first?
I liked her, but I also thought that at times she's not the most, like, what do you call that? Not the most... She's a little insensitive at times, and it kind of, like, rubbed me the wrong way. And, like, her attitude
like
didn't sit right with me.
The Cocolia dies, and she's like, well, that was a trailblazing journey.
Well, anyway, what now? Like, girl! At least say that in your mind.
She did not just say that.
Or at least say it when she's out of earshot.
Like Bronya's like crying on the floor.
Yeah, dude. That was so wild.
Like March, oh my god.
I do think that like over time March as well has gotten some character development as well, where more often she like when like something happens or she you know, she gets into like her little like more bratty stage, she like backtracks soon enough and it's like, okay, not the time. And you know, like backpedaled a little bit. I do like that. I think both Dalhong and March definitely have gotten a lot of character development for sure. But yeah, at first I liked her. She was like a 6 out of 10. Like she was fine, but she was also kind of annoying at times. I mean, still, even the Veld already did run into 2 lookalikes. You would think that despite that, I mean, 3 lookalikes kind of. I don't know much about.
Is still out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually know. How many lookalikes would have been? Like we had Lord Shah. We had. I mean, actually, wait. He's never met Bronya. I forget. He's never actually. He knows of Bronya. He's never actually seen her, has he?
I forgot about that. He's never actually met.
Yeah, he knows of her. So I guess that makes sense.
Bronya
where
met Silverwolf?
Not that I know of.
I don't think Bronya's ever met Silverwolf.
I think the only non-Belobogian that has met Bronya might have been Topaz and Hineko. And like us, obviously.
I know she showed up to the because like Silverwolf showed up to the
Oh, didn't she? The
Pokemon
event. Yeah, the Theorem Wars. Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
True, but
I
they
don't
might
think
have
Bronya
met,
was
yeah.
there. I think Bronya just happened to show up late or something like that.
Maybe, yeah. I still think... Who's Hakuhatsuki? Hakuhatsuki. Who's that?
Hakuhatsuki? I don't... That doesn't ring any bells.
Yeah, it does ring a bell. Hold on. Is our... Oh, was the... Oh, it's... Is that from, like...
Oh, it's the person who wielded a blade in the
Oh yeah, the presumed wielder of Edict Edge. Yeah. Oh right.
Edict Edge of Origin.
Yeah, because someone's speculating that could be Zephyro. Interesting.
Hakuhatsuki is the presumed wielder of the Edict Edge of the End in Izuma. Okay.
God,
people think that's Zephyro?
Yeah, someone said that might be Zephyro, or they speculate that's Zephyro. Interesting.
Maybe.
You know, I mean,
that would mean that Acheron's beaten him once before then.
Yeah, the fun thing is that we know little enough about them to make these speculations.
I don't think she's beaten him now, though.
No.
I don't think Acheron's as strong as Zephyro. I don't think she is.
Yeah, it might be a little tricky. Might be a little tricky. And to be fair, I don't think they would want to fight, would they? Because isn't it like Acheron?
They're on the same side.
Yeah, they're on the same side. If anything, I think they would probably cooperate if they got the chance to. Okay, you know what? This is nagging at me. Technically, I want to save this for 3.7, but now that we're at like the topic of theories and whatnot, if you have a little more time, there's one more thing. Speaking of
like 5 more minutes.
Okay, real quick. Did you see that people are now kind of like torn between torn when it comes to the Lord Ravager Phynon theory? They're like, it's not actually gonna happen, or it didn't actually happen.
It might not happen. I want it to happen.
Did you find the Zephyro note?
So bad.
Did you find Zephyro's note in the Ruins of Time?
No.
Do you know that like 4 Lord Ravagers left their notes in that place?
What?
We have when you go like before you fight Kaslana, like you go through like that his domain basically. There are 4 instances where Zephyro, Phantilia, Selenova, and Asat Pramad all have notes that is confirmed like that are left by them in that domain. And I had to go back and like collect Zephyros, but apparently Zephyros not apparently I read it. Zephyro's note says that Phynon is currently or walks the path to elevation granted by the Blemished One. So I think the Lord Ravager Phynon thing could still happen. Based on that. And also confirms that...
Oh, that theory is still alive!
It's still alive!
It's still alive,
and it confirms,
baby, it's still alive!
And it confirms that... We know that in, like, at the end of 3.4, Phynon was fighting Nanook. We know that. It was a real Nanook.
Yeah.
But
I got so much heat, people telling me he wasn't.
And even better,
Nanook.
it's like we now also have confirmation that it was the real Zephyro he fought.
Yes.
It is so good.
Mm-hmm.
And Zephyr was literally just like testing him, and that explains why, like, you know, they were quote even. Like he was literally testing him.
I said that too because I was like,
it's so
good. I was
thinking,
why did he give him his sword back if he's just trying to kill him?
Yeah, like
it's a trial run.
Exactly, dude. And honestly, I think it'd be very funny for like if Nanook was just like waiting for whatever. AMPHOREUS becomes real, and Phynon becomes real, and then just like snatches him up. It's like, by the way,
yeah.
Here you go.
Immediately.
You didn't ask for this, but I'm giving it to you anyway. And yeah, the other notes are also very funny because like Zephyros I think had the most substance. Phantilias was literally just be like, oh, you're asking why I'm here? The vibes. I want to see what happens. Selenova is.
Send that to me. I have no idea where that is.
I will. I can send you.
That.
I can send you the screenshots, and I can tell you where they are because they are every time you like meet a Chrysos heir, because it's like at the start when you like meet with Cypher, then it's at the basin with Hycelius and Ceridra, at the harp, and where the two trees were. Those 4 notes. And Asad Pramad also, this one surprised me most because he was like, yeah, I was watching the whole thing, kind of getting bored of it. I just want to know what happens. I just want to know the end. Like,
oh god, he's so anti-elation, it hurts.
Yeah, dude, it's so good. But yeah, dude, the Zephyro note is fucking amazing. Like, it is not over. We are so back, it is not over.
Yes, we are so
because what
back.
else would he mean?
I was so sad. I was like, no, this series,
because what else would he mean, right?
For so long, it's dead now.
Like saying he walks the path to elevation. What else would that mean, other than
it has to?
He is all in the process of
Lord Ravager.
Yeah,
he has to. Oh, let's go.
That's so good. Oh god, that fucking made my day. I loved that. And I remember like it was so funny playing through that quest, and like I missed Zephyros at first, and I guess that's also why Cypher was like mentioned Zephyro, because maybe she saw the note, and he was like, oh, Zephyro, is that like a mix of Mai and the little princess name or whatever? And I was like, why are we bringing that guy up now? And then I was at the harp, and I picked up the note, and I was like, Fantalia, huh? What do you mean they're just here? How did they get here?
Yeah, because I knew that they were all watching the battle with they were all watching the big battle. I know that because like the whole like fable of the cosmos or whatever, like that was about them assembling to watch.
Yeah, but the way they just left like almost like little like good luck notes. And also I saw someone
Your family.
Yeah, and like someone on the server also like made the joke that like the reason like those 4 left their notes is because they're the only 4 that can actually write. Because the others are just like,
well, yeah, because
like,
Arcforger's just a planet, right? Like,
and like Luxbane is like, what the fuck are they? They're a thing.
A Leviathan?
They're a creature of some sort that surely does not have hands to write.
An eldritch horror is what they are.
Yeah, dude. Oh god. That makes me so excited because I love the Lord Ravager Phynon theory. Because you can tell, like, even like, I mean, now we know that Phynon like gave up his like the golden blood, like willingly agreed to hand it over to like the Xianzhou and Planet Skrill and whatever, because you know, like he would have like, if you ask him, he'd be like,
care anyway.
Yeah, he'd be like, yes, please take it. I don't care what you do with it, just take it from me. And then coming quote coming back to life, you know, like becoming real, and the first thing that happens is like, by the way, that whole thing, not over. You're not in the clear.
And then he's probably like, oh great, now I can try to kill Nanook again.
Exactly, like a Lord like Ravager against the destruction.
And that works with destruction because destruction of the self. It works. It works in every possible way.
It'd be so perfect. Oh, speaking of which, real quick, one last thing. Did you see the AMPHOREUS calendar that they posted?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you see November 12th?
Is it like the infinity sign?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
And people are going wild over that now. And hey, I want to be with them. I'm on board with it. November 12th.
What is it supposed to mean? I mean,
people are speculating that like that's gonna be the next continuance. That's gonna be when AMPHOREUS becomes real. That's gonna be when it happens. That's gonna be the next AMPHOREUS quest.
A year from today?
I could see it. That'd be like 4.7-ish, 6, 7.
Gonna take forever.
I hate that I said that just now.
Oh.
It'd be very long, but like, I hope it'd be sooner. But hey, if we can, you know, if you can set that as the deadline, then I'd rather have that than even later.
Okay.
Oh god, I fucking love this game, and I hate it both.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
Good game. It's a good game. A little annoying, infuriating, agonizing, but good game. Oh god. What did you say? Yeah.
We're reaching the end of my road here.
Yes. My voice needs some rest as well. But yeah, Friday we'll go over when exactly. I'm literally free whenever, so
right.
Anyway, chat, say bye to Nova. Go check him out. He's a cool guy sometimes.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Blind. No, she isn't.
When he's not being a cocky little bastard, he's very cool.
I want you to know, I said I'm like that, but low key, I'm just like, please be right, please be right, please be right, please be right, please be right. That's like the whole time. Every video I make is like that. I'm just like, please don't have some stupid, horrible error that I just didn't read.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's like the biggest horror for like any anyone who has like any lore enthusiast is like you build up this whole like thing, and especially if it's someone like you who like goes all in, and then at the end you're like, by the way, you misread that typo. That's actually not true.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's like it's especially
before, but, oh, it sucks.
Yeah, especially like in your position, you would have to be very careful with that and double and triple check everything. I feel like
it makes me better.
Yeah, true. That's why I don't do this. Number one, I don't have the brain for it, but that's why I never want to like go in too hard with my theory, and I'm like, hey, maybe, or I'm like, this is a crack theory because I have like 2 pieces of evidence for this, and I don't want to look like an asshole.
I'm not afraid.
And good for you, as you shouldn't be.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
It's been fun. See you Friday.
See you Friday.
Peace.
Bye-bye. Oh god, that was so fun. Also, chat, I apologize for like barely reacting to you guys like at all during the stream, but I hope you can understand because I usually do this like during collabs. I was reading, I usually, for those who don't know, just in case anyone's new here, when I collab with people, I read chat. I do my best to still read everything people are saying, but I don't comment on everything because I'm engaged with the other person, and only if like something sticks out to me, I'll bring it up. But I will always do my best to acknowledge you all, even if only silently. You will not be ignored on purpose. But yeah, that was fun, and we're gonna continue with it on Friday. Not gonna lie, I have no idea how I'm gonna cut this down into a video. I mean, to be fair, no, I have no idea how I'm gonna cut this down into a video. I'm probably gonna make this a 2-parter. But there was like so much yapping just about these 4 quests alone. There was like almost 2 hours, and like I don't know how I'm gonna cut this down to a video that's not also 2 hours. Oh god. But yeah, this was so fun, and it's gonna be even more fun on Friday because we're gonna be getting into the big guns. Like, arguably the latter half of AMPHOREUS is my favorite. Well, latter. Technically speaking, this counts as the latter half, but as well. But god, I am so excited to talk about 3.4. Oh my god! You know how much I love that patch. I'm so excited to talk about it. I am so hyped. I am so fucking hyped. I feel like I for this one, I do need to write down notes of like things I want to talk about because there is so much. There is so much. But yeah, I had a feeling we weren't gonna get done today. Honestly, I'm impressed that we at least got through halfway, and then we got some more yapping done. But anyway. The fight on Glaze will be crazy. Like, I can already tell you, this is gonna be a higher cinema. Like, this is not even like, I think there's gonna be no surprise. Of course there's gonna be a higher cinema, but we're gonna go into it more on Friday. I'll let you know which time exactly. So, probably not time on the schedule, maybe like similar to today. I'll have to get back to Nova on that. But, yeah. I am also gonna head out here. My bladder is about to explode. And my throat is dying. And yes. But today was super fun. And hey, if you want to witness the second half of our insanity on Friday, then stay tuned. I will announce when we go live, as soon as we settle on a time. On Twitter, on Twitch, well, not on Twitch. On Twitter, on Blue Sky, on YouTube. So follow those and the Twitch, or any of them, or none of them. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. But yeah, it was very fun. And I thank you all for being here today. Also the people from Nova's server. People who popped in from Nova's server. I appreciate you all being here. And I appreciate the follows as well. And I wish you all a lovely day, rest of your day and night, whatever time it is for you. Stay safe, take care, and we'll be back with this, finishing this up on Friday. Bye-bye!